Yeah, simply ball dropping. What's up, family? K-Sap, we up, ain't no stopping. I'm simply ball dropping like it's New Year's Eve, making you haters believe I'm the MVP. Ask Mr. V and R&B, they do all sports, whether it's on the field or the court, from the arena to the ring. What, you wanna swing? I rope a dope like the one on this boxing thing. That's a punchline. I'm the greatest of all times. Got something on your mind, hit us up on the line. For that round table talk, ask B Hunt and Sheena and K-Sap too. For their views on our dudes, marriage chronicles for you lovers. Oh, I'm married to the game. The championships, the only time I wanna ring. K-Sap, the man behind the mic, check 1, 2. It ain't a rap until I say it's a rap. Just fall through, pull up, the hottest pod smoking. Yeah, I got you open. This freestyle brought to you by James Ford. Paid promotion. Yeah, simply ball dropping. You know what time it is. Pull up, chop it up with your family, man. K-Sap, what up? What we talking about? What's up, K-Sap? Yeah. James Ford, that's me.
I see you, Ted.
Let me talk to him. Let's get it. I'm
simply ball dropping. Dropping up these topics, man. I'm simply ball dropping. Driving coast to coast, making moves, ain't stopping. Driving coast to coast, making moves, ain't stopping.
Hey, let me put you on game. These other podcasts out here talking that shit, but ain't repping the same. This my bro K-Sap, chopping up topics for you. Politics, still topics. Tune in, you gotta watch this. Exclusive material for your radio stereo, pump it high definition. Stop what you doing and listen. We smashing all competition. You better jump on this wave. Somebody pass me a mic, man. I got something to say.
Simply ball dropping. Simply ball dropping. Chopping up these topics, man. I'm simply ball dropping. Driving coast to coast.
Keystone Cowboy, I see you in the building.
Driving coast to coast, making moves.
Hey Stone, I see you.
Simply ball dropping. Simply ball dropping. Chopping up these topics, man. I'm simply ball dropping.
Yes, we back. Your favorite host, K-Sap, the man behind the mic of the Simply Ball Dropping podcast. Hey, do me a favor, man. Once y'all come in the building, make sure y'all smash the like button. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I see you, K-Stone. I see you, Marcus Hicks. I see you, West Coast for Life. I see y'all. Yeah, make sure y'all smash that like button, man. Hey, I really didn't want to talk about this, man, but I got to talk about it. I have to address it, man. I have to give y'all my honest opinion, and this is just my opinion. We got a lot to unpack, man. We got a lot to unpack. As you guys know, I see you, Ted. Hey, when y'all come in, man, go in, let me know where y'all watching the stream from, man, so we can shout out y'all's hometowns, man. So we got to talk about it, man. You know, the Chicago Sky season came to an end last night. And, you know, when your season comes to an end, man, it's bittersweet, man. I see you, low-key Flacco. I see you, Marcus Hicks, North Carolina, Toledo, Ohio. Y'all in the building. Salute, represent. And, man, you know, you get a lot of mixed emotions, man. And when the season's over, because you work so hard to achieve a goal and you didn't reach that goal, and you start speaking with emotions. And last night, Robin Christina, Dallas, Texas, I see you represent. D-Town, DFW. You start speaking with emotions. And last night, Dana Evans and Isabella Harrison, they went to the post-game press conference, and I think the emotions got the best of them. Jeff Blaze, South Philly, I see you in the building. I think their emotions got the best of them because listening to some of the words that they uttered, and when the I guess the sports personnel asked Dana Evans and Isabel Harrison them questions, I dropped a video about it, man. So if y'all haven't looked at the video, y'all check that video out, man. And I looked at it and listened, and I really had to analyze this video before I even wanted to speak on it. Edward T, I see you. I see you. And I had to analyze this video before I really wanted to touch on it. And what have I been telling you guys every time I go live and y'all in the chat and we speaking? I tell you, man, these content creators that create these false narratives and push these narratives and run with it. And if y'all don't think for 1 second that these star athletes and these, you know, I can say entrepreneurs, these media moguls and stuff like that, y'all can say that they don't look at these videos and they don't see these videos, because I know some of their handlers that be on YouTube, they might not comment on your video or anything like that or like your video, but they watching. They are watching. And I think what happened in this situation with Isabel Harrison and Dana Evans, they've been watching YouTube, because if you go listen to what Isabel Harrison said, she said it's majority the internet, social media, that she has to block people. So I think people around her camp, they see these videos from these small YouTube content creators that push these narratives out there about certain situations, and they get them over to, they see this stuff. And my thing about it is, if you listen to the way Dana Evans started off and said, when they asked her the question, she said, we can play this game. We can play this game. And that goes to make me think, we can play this game. Just listen to how she said it. We can play this game. Now, it's all well documented what Dana Evans and her agent did on the Twitter rant when she was forced to the bench. Right? And y'all got to understand something. Elizabeth Williams, that just signed the contract extension, she was supposed to be the center for the Chicago Sky, right? And in that, she gets hurt. So now Angel Reese comes in. She's already WNBA ready and already ready to start. So she was thrust in the starting lineup. We know Dana Evans was in the starting lineup earlier, but Kennedy Carter was coming off the bench. So now Kennedy Carter finally gets inserted in the starting lineup. What happens to Dana Evans? She goes to the bench. What happens to Isabel Harrison? After Camila Cardoso comes back, because she was out early in the season because of the shoulder surgery, when she comes back, what happens to Isabella Harrison? She's on the bench. So now, let's fast forward. Dana Evans goes on her Twitter rant with her agent because she was forced to the bench. Lack of minutes because she's not getting playing time. She's already said that she can play this game at a high level, and we know she can. But for some reason, Taretha Weatherspoon and her coaching staff saw something different. Even when Marina Mabrey got traded, Dana Evans wasn't getting the time that she thought she deserved. Isabel Harrison, knowing that she can play the game, but Angel Reese was playing this game, right? So Isabel Harrison coming off the bench. So what happens? Angel Reese gets hurt. Isabel Harrison steps into the starting lineup. She gives us some good production. But Chicago Skies lost the last 4 out of 5 games, right? So now they're trying to blame the Chicago Skies fans for their poor play. their poor play. Yeah, let that sink in. And she goes on to say, if you're going to support the Chicago Sky, support the Chicago Sky. So that's when I say there's some jealousy involved. Because when she made that statement, she was saying, support the Chicago Skies, not just one player. It's all surrounded around Angel Reese. And I've said that the WNBA was not ready for what was about to happen when this rookie class came in. They didn't know that this rookie class was going to take the WNBA to new heights. And you're going to have fans that come at you. You're going to have, we always talk about it, the racist remarks, because what they do is try to put athletes against each other. And that's what's happened on the internet. When Angel Reese goes down, what was the narrative, guys? That the Sky was better without Angel Reese. But that statement was a lie. So now, the last game of the season, what happens? You take a L, and you two actually played well. So all of a sudden, now the Chicago Sky fans have turned their back on you two. Because y'all the only two that have talked about it. Nobody else has talked about it. And Dana Evans, a veteran that she is, she should have kept this in-house. She could have kept this in-house. She could have kept it in-house, man. She could have kept this in-house of the Chicago Skies organization. She should have kept this in the locker room. She shouldn't have addressed this out to the public, because what the public is going to do, they're going to run with it. They're going to run with it. And I've always looked, and I never wanted to say this. I really don't think that Dana Evans, Isabel Harrison, Lindsey Allen, I really don't think they embraced Camila Cardoso and Angel Reese. Because if you look at how they played on the basketball court, how they failed to get the ball into the post, all the turnovers and stuff like that, I'm just dissecting it for what it is. Like I always said, I'm not going to throw a rock and hide my hand. I'm going to come on camera. So basically, this is what I have to say. This is what I have to say. Dana Evans, as a veteran, you should have kept this in-house, man. Now you're giving the internet more to talk about. Now you're adding fuel to the fire. Now you adding fuel to the fire. And when I say you're adding fuel to the fire is because now you're blaming the Chicago Sky fans for your piss poor play. I know you've seen the videos of people talking about you on the internet, and you've seen it all, and you had to address it in the post-game press conference after a loss. So my take on it is very clear. I think there's, so it might be some validity into it, but I also think there's some jealousy involved around it as well. I think there's jealousy involved around it as well. So when I say this, I have to say that the Chicago Sky fans are fans. And I believe that in a situation like this, I can't say that they turn their back on them. And that's why I'm asking the chat. Do y'all believe the way that they put it, that the Chicago Sky fans was bullying them to a point where I felt bad for Isabel Harrison. I felt bad for her because she was very emotional, and it kind of shook me up a little bit to see her get emotional the way she did and the way she voiced it, because she said that, sometimes, she just wanted to give up on herself. But Dana Evans did say that it made her mentally stronger. And I just feel that this is hard to talk about, man, because you don't want to put no negative light on a team that you support and you cheer for, because you support all the players. Y'all know me. I support all the players. Yeah, I mean, it's sad, man. Shout out to the Real Smart, man. Appreciate you. I'm gonna start posting these things on here, man. But like I always tell y'all, man, it's Friday night. Y'all just got paid, man. Let's get these super chats going. Let's get these super chats going, man. Let's get these comments up. Let's get it popping, man. I ain't gonna be here long tonight. And got to sip on my wine on this one, man, because this is hard to talk about, man. This is real hard to talk about because I don't like really talking the negative stuff. And I mean, I see a lot of people in the comments section, trying to, I think they with me on this one, man. I think there's a little, I hate to say it, Antoine Baker, man. I hate to say it, but you said it. You said it, man. I hate to say it, man. And I've always said it, man. I hate to say it. Nah, I didn't see the Pope beat Frank's video, man. I don't entertain him no more, man. I don't entertain him no more, man. But it is what it is, man. That video where Dana ignored Mo and they played with a missed layup, and she was a DNP the next game. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying, man. It's like, and we all know it's well documented about what Dana Evans did in her on Twitter and stuff like that. So yeah, man, it's kind of hard, man. Man, I don't want to spend too much time talking about it, man. I really don't, man. I really don't, man. Hey, man, shout out to West Coast for Life, my G, with the $2 super chat. He said, we'll trade you, Nalissa Smith, for Izzy. Laugh out loud. And see, the crazy thing about it is last night I did the live stream, and a lot of people, like Brooklyn, said that Izzy got to go. And I really wasn't, on board with that, but it makes sense because if you're going to cause controversy in the locker room in a situation like this, and you don't know how to keep it in-house, it's hard, man. Now the internet really going to come after you. Now the internet is really going to come after you. Roger Brown, that's what it boils down to, because you heard what Isabella Harrison said. She said that she has to block people off of her social media accounts because she gets tagged in this stuff. I really haven't seen nobody tag her. Man, this like I said, guys, this one's hard, man. This is simple and plain. Yeah, you can't allow social media to enter the locker room. You have to protect the locker room. Exactly, man. We all know that in all sports. You got to protect the locker room, man. Some certain stuff can't get out. Okay, I sent you the link of his video saying Angel Reese fans was bullying Dana and Izzy instead of saying Scott. See, like I said, Jonathan, that's the narratives that people create. And these players see that. These players see that, man. And this is where it all comes from. And like the last comment, man, you got to stay off social media. You got to have thick skin, man. Miss Goody Two Shoes said they just need to move to another system. Yeah, I mean, it's. But if y'all go, I'm gonna play. Okay, guys, I'm gonna play. Let me go ahead and play. Let me get this set up for y'all. I want to play. I want to play the post game press conference. Let me pull this up for you guys, man, so y'all can hear it in context, so I don't misconstrue anything that was said. Let me go ahead and get this right.
With all the new attention, maybe that's not the right way to put it, but
No, I get what
how did you guys experience that? What was the sort of content of it? Like, what was the feeling like? What were you reading, seeing, hearing, experiencing?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. It was tough. I mean, Izzy, I know you can attest to that too. It was really tough. I mean, we're professionals. We know that we can play this game. I mean, but when you got people that's steady bashing you, that's supposed to be our supporters, I feel like that was a little slap in the face, and that was hard to kind of deal with. But it was really disgusting. But I always say God does not make mistakes, and I feel like this season really challenged my mental to another level, and I feel like I'm going to be so much better next season, just mentally prepared for everything. And I know, Izzy, you kind of feel that way too.
I've never experienced this amount of hate and harassment this entire season. I get emotional about it.
I felt sorry for Isabel,
I
man.
know Dana would feel the same, but it's hard because it should have never been like that. And to go and just want to play basketball every day, and you have people constantly, and if it's online, it's online, but like you now get tagged in it, and I'm constantly having to block people, and just people making narratives up about you. It's hurtful.
See,
It's
y'all hear
just
that?
hard
Narratives
to
about
focus
them.
on basketball, and I appreciate the new eyes, but if it comes with hate and bigotry and
See, what I've been telling you guys.
even
They only
if
here to
the
cause
fact that you
confusion.
bash, you can keep it offline because it's so hurtful. You don't know how it affects people. So I think that's just something that a lot of new fans need to be mindful of, and we don't want that to carry into the locker room. And
Exactly. And to piggyback on that is, I would say, especially for the people that support the Sky, if you're going to support the Sky, support the Sky.
You hear what Dana said?
That was a big issue, and it messes with your mental. I don't
It's
feel
that
like,
jealousy,
I don't care
man.
how good you are or what's going on. You're going to see stuff. You're going to read stuff, but it made you a lot better, Izzy. It made us a lot stronger up here, and we'll be better next year.
you learn from it, you grow from it. You just stay away from it because it's like, I'm not going to attach that to my name. But there was just so many times that was just a factor, and it shouldn't have been. And it's just disappointing that was the case.
What do you put that down to? Where is it coming from? Where is it originating, and why?
The internet is
The internet, and honestly, like she was saying, a lot of our fans were doing that, and it's hard because you just try to stay away from it. And Spoon attest.
Man, that was hard to listen to, man, because Izzy was very emotional, man. And see, a lot of people in the chat are saying, man, see, that's when I tell you, the accountability. You got to be held accountable, man. And I don't think that Dana Evans wants to be held accountable for her lackluster play. That's just the bottom line. So now she wants to, deflect and say Chicago Sky fans was threatening them. You see what I'm saying? You got to make it make sense, man. Shout out to my man MR for the $10 super chat, always supporting the channel. He said, I've watched Angel fight for position dozens of times, only to be ignored by Allen. I focused on different things during the game, but Dana Izzy should have kept that in the locker room. I totally agree with that, man. And see, this is where it gets ugly, man. This is where you can divide a locker room and you can divide a team on who wants to come back. Because I don't know who saw that interview today with Kennedy Carter, man, and it sounds like she can be potentially out the door, man. Like I said, something is not right within that organization and inside that locker room with certain players. And last night, it's going to start the trickle-down effect because we saw what Dana Evans and Isabel Harrison had to talk about. So this is going to be a situation where we got to monitor. We got to monitor, you know what I'm saying? Because like Brooklyn always say, there's other players out there that the Chicago Sky can get. And like when we was talking about it last night about gutting the pieces and sticking with the main core, I think that's what's going to happen in this offseason, man, because like I said, I don't think the WNBA was ready for the explosion that was about to happen on the WNBA with the rookie class that came in. And you heard what the commissioner said. You know, basically, all she's concerned about is the money. She's not concerned about the racism and the bigotry. She's not concerned about that. Yeah, I mean, okay, Sab, you have majority of the WNBA players that have not experienced the mean spirit and the nasty behavior. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. You got to have thick skin, man. And it's crazy. But Kennedy Carter, she's a restricted free agent, man. So the Sky better do everything they can to get her back, man. So man, it's just, and I hate for her to attach saying the Sky fans, but if y'all heard what Dana Evans said, if you're going to support the Chicago Sky, support the Chicago Sky. So that just goes to tell me there's some jealousy floating around. I saw that. Who posted that comment? In today's game, players have to be prepared to address other aspects of the game, not just on the court play. Miss Goody Two Shoes, I think I saw something like that. Allegedly, a friend of Izzy posted on X stating that Izzy prefers to play in a certain position with only certain players. I think I saw that. So that's what I'm saying, guys, man. I tell y'all all the time, man, they only here to cause confusion, man.
They only here to cause confusion.
And we can't have this confusion with the Chicago Skies, man. Let that stuff stay on other teams, man. We don't need that. We don't need to tear our franchise down, man, because you got two players that was talking off of emotions last night because they was bounced out of the playoffs. They didn't make the playoffs, and they was frustrated because, I'm going to say it, they underachieved, man. Them two players, they had high expectations for Dana Evans and Isabel Harrison, and they underachieved. That's just the bottom line. They underachieved, man. Yeah, and I've always said that. I said that earlier, and I said that on many lives. You got to build the team around them three. Carter is not going to another team. I mean, I just listened to the way she answered questions today. See, the thing about it is, what I do is I analyze a lot of things that they say in their post-game press conference before I even want to talk about it. So it was hard for me to really talk about the divide that I think that Dana Evans and Isabel Harrison are trying to cause in that locker room, man. I know the season's over, but, you know, they got to take time away, man, because it's just, yeah, I agree with you, Tom Kobe 224. I think Dana just needs a fresh start. I don't think she's happy in Chicago, man. I really don't, because if you go back, it's well documented. We talked about it. You know, she was put on the bench and she wasn't getting playing time, and she went on the Twitter rant, her and her agent. And then the next game, T. Weatherspoon gave her 24 minutes. She had 2 points, and she made her agent look bad. Yeah, she made her agent look bad. So, yeah. Yeah, she didn't like playing Edward T. That's what I'm saying. This is all relevant to what I said about her post-game press conference, man. It's jealousy floating around, man. They didn't embrace, I don't think, I hate to say it, man, but I just got to keep it a buck, man. I don't think they embraced Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso. I really don't think they embraced her. I really don't think they embraced her, man. I really don't think they embraced her, man. And that's just the bottom line, man. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, man, but I just don't think they embraced them, man. They didn't think them. The thing about it is, and that's the problem we have, They didn't think these rookies was going to come in like they did and garnish all this attention, man. Everybody loves Juju 12. What's going on? I got to read this comment. Sab, good evening. Izzy, I empathize with, but Dana was not taking accountability. She started off giving her early opportunity, and she did not pass inside, and we called her dribbling Dana. That's a good analogy right there. And the reason why I say that is because if you listen to the way she started off, she said, "We know we can play the game. We know we can play the game." So that has to let you guys further know that I think Dana Evans, she didn't embrace them rookies that came in, man. These vets are in shock for what the next generation. Yeah. It's all coming tenfold. It's all coming tenfold, man. On the low, I think Carter might be in love with Antoine Baker. Stop it. Nah, don't read. Them two right there, they just feed off of each other when they play. When Angel's on the court, Kennedy Carter got to be on the court. And when Kennedy Carter's on the court, Angel got to be on the court, because when they both are not on the court together, their games kind of suffer, man. Yeah, Alyssa B, I just think the whole thing is that T. Weatherspoons needs a better coaching staff, man. Needs a better coaching staff. Bangs 30 said, case after the women were asked a question, they answered. In case you haven't noticed, the women in the league have been getting abused by new eyes, and many of them have expressed that. Bang Theory, I understand what you're saying, but just focus on what Dana Evans said, man. Just focus on what she said, man. Don't try to cause confusion.
They only here to cause confusion.
Just think about what she said, man. Just put it in context on what she said. We all empathize with Isabel Harrison, because I said it was tough to watch when she was speaking, because she was very emotional with the attacks on her. And I started this off before you came in here. And I've always said, that's the problem with the internet, man. That's the problem with the internet, because you got these guys on YouTube creating their own narrative, and they put this stuff up. And don't get it mistaken, these players and these people, they see these videos. Somebody gets these videos to it. Look what they talking about today. Look who they talking about today. They see this stuff. And I think that's what Isabel Harrison was in reference to. And for Dana to really say stuff about Chicago Sky fans, and she said, if you're going to support the Chicago Sky, support Chicago, support the team. So that further lets me know that this is all surrounded around Angel Reese. They didn't embrace them rookies that came in. And that's just the bottom line. Yeah, I saw that. Showtime on Point covered that. Dana Reese had to clap back at somebody. Dana Evans had to clap back at somebody, but the guy that posted the comment, he was just telling the truth. And Dana responded. Now, why would you respond to somebody on Twitter? Why would you go back and forth? Why would you go back and forth? Yeah, Sunshine. Carter can't leave Reese. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was speaking. Yeah, he was speaking facts, Tom. Yeah, he was speaking facts, Tom Kobe 24. I agree with everything he was saying too. And she had to clap back. All right, I'm gonna drop the link. Let me go ahead and drop the link real quick. See if we can get some action. The link is in the chat. The link is in the chat. Yeah, this is a hard one to talk about, guys, man. All right, hold up. All right, we got some action. We got Jonathan and Sister Noble. What's going on, guys? Appreciate you pulling up.
What's going on?
What's going on, man? What's going on, Jonathan? We're gonna let Sister Noble go first, man. Talk to me, man. Before you go, man, I'm just this was hard for me to talk about, man. This was hard for me to talk about. I did a video on it. I got your email and stuff, and I saw it all, but I really wasn't gonna speak on it. I had to look at the post-game press conference before I even wanted to indulge in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And then when I saw it, I was like, man, I had to dissect it to really think like, yeah, I see something that a lot of people might not see, but that was my own personal opinion. But then when I'm looking at the comments in the chat's backing me up. So go ahead, Sister Noble.
Now, two things can be true at one time.
Yeah.
Okay, and let me explain what I mean by that. Remember when Brooke Clark was talking Wednesday night about Caitlin Clark fans pretending to be Sky fans,
Yeah.
making a kidding points, pretending to be Sky fans, and going in talking about, get Spoon out of there and get this out of there and get that player out of there and stuff like that. When I saw that press conference Thursday night, that's what I thought about immediately.
Wow.
What Brooke Clark was talking about Wednesday night. About, okay, when a Caitlin Clark fan, now I'm not going to call his name, when a Caitlin Clark fan came in my DM earlier today.
Yeah, you showed me. We got receipts.
That's me. Okay. And he was so glad to let me know. It seemed like he was happy to let me know this. Chicago Sky fans, here are Chicago Sky fans harassing their own players. And, everybody was so quick to talk about one fan base. Mainly, he was talking about everybody was so quick to, take shots at Caitlin Clark's fan base. But look at these Sky fans that are harassing Sky players. It just seemed like he was so adamant that I knew this. He wanted me to know this so bad. Okay.
Yeah.
But I had already seen the press conference last night. But I got that message from him earlier today, and it rubbed me the wrong way. And I responded to him, and he went back and forth with me in my DM, and he said, "Well, I can't be friends with somebody who I can't have a conversation with," and he blocked me after that. But anyway.
But you know what's funny, Sister Noble?
Yeah.
This is what's funny. The last game of the season, right? You take a loss. Because what the narrative was. Oh, they're a better team without Angel Reese, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you get a chance to play the Connecticut Suns, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you get beat the way you got beat. And now you're emotional, right? Because what Dana Evans did say and what Izzy did say, that they're on social media. They watch this stuff, and because Isabella Harrison said she got to block a few people for tagging her in videos, right?
Yes.
So you're speaking off of emotions, right? But this is the first I've heard of Chicago Sky fans attacking their players.
Exactly. That's now
this is the first I've heard of it.
Now you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now you can see what. Okay. All right. It hit me when I first seen that press conference last night. It dawned on me what Brooke Clark said Wednesday night.
Yeah. And you know what's funny, Sister Noble? It's a lot of things that we say when we go live, like guests on my panel will say certain things. And you know what's crazy? That stuff will come to fruition.
Yes.
Yeah. It'll come to fruition.
Because do you remember Dana and Izzy specifically expressing the racism and the hatred directed toward them? They specifically said racism and hatred. And that's what made me think, well, no, those are not like the original Sky fans. That's what made me think that when they said, oh, these people have been attacking them, and it's just a lot of racism and hatred they've been experiencing. I said, no, those got to be Caitlin Clark fans. First of all, they do this to Coach Christy Sides. They go under the Indiana
Yeah.
Fever
We
timeline.
know we've talked about it plenty of times. Yeah.
Her. And
Yeah.
they was attacking players in the beginning of the season.
Mm-hmm.
They did it to Mitchell. They did it to Lexi Hall. They did it to Aaliyah Boston.
Yep.
It's sort of like the same playbook. They're doing
The same playbook. Yeah.
and they're doing it to Coach Weatherspoon.
Yeah.
It's like sort of like the same playbook here.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying that there aren't any Chicago Sky fans that are going on social media and having sort of harsh criticism for these players. I'm not saying there aren't any. But when Izzy and Dana specifically said the words racism
Mm-hmm.
and hate that they've been getting, that's when I knew, oh, those can't be Chicago Sky fans. That's when I knew. What do you
Yeah.
think? I mean, because two things can be true at one time.
Okay.
I'm not
Exactly.
saying that there aren't any Chicago Sky fans who have had. I'm not saying there aren't any who have had harsh criticism for Dana and Izzy.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey,
But
I
I'm
totally
also
agree with that, man. I'm gonna bring Jonathan on. I'm gonna let Jonathan see if he can take a stab at it and answer it. I know he's been listening. I want to hear his take. Go ahead, Jonathan. You on mute, Jonathan? Jonathan, you on mute. All right, go ahead. We got you now.
Okay, cool. All right, so I think the whole situation, the whole thing was, these rookies coming into the league and bringing the attention to the sport is what started, the issues. Because, you got to look at it. The veterans, they've been in that league longer. You know what I'm saying? They've been playing their butts off trying to be, be the worthy promotion. So for them to have rookies to come on their teams just to give them exposure, you never know. They that could be the reason why they felt some type of way and not be like teammates to the rookies. It's not because they are hating. They just it's just they've been in the league longer, and you know what I'm saying, they play their butts off in the years they experienced the league.
Yeah.
And not get all the recognition still from it. And so to have Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, and the other rookies come in and, bring the attention bothers them.
Yeah.
It's not, you got to think about it. I'm a 10-year football player, wide receiver, 300 catches, 4,255 yards receiving, 89 touchdown receptions in my career. I'm getting exposure, but it's not enough to put me all over the world. You mean to tell me one rookie who's about to spend his first year here is gonna bring bring the attention to the sport? Like finally, like I'm getting attention behind this person, this who's about to spend his first year here. Oh, Mr. K-Sap, you about to see some hazing on them rookies. So we ain't going for that.
Yeah.
Cause it's beyond disrespectful for me. Like what imagine, I want you to think about this. Think about all the hard work you put out there, to go this far just to barely get recognized until some new blood, a new generation of young people come. It's it's bothersome. And I think that's what caused the Sky team to not play as a team. Now don't get me wrong, when Angel Reese and them, Cardoso, Candy Carter got hurt, I was still watching them. I was watching the backups play, and I was like, I'm not gonna stop watching because Reese and them not playing no more. That wouldn't be fair to the other players. That's not
exactly.
Real basketball fans watch, their team play regardless what stars are on the team, or what stars are not on the team. You know what I'm saying? If Caitlin Clark wasn't playing, I'm still watching. Guess what? You got Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston, and Liz Smith.
Yeah.
I'm gonna still tune into that. You know what I'm saying? It's real football fans, real basketball fans, real sports fans watch the game. Even if third string players are taking over, they're gonna still watch it. They're gonna support their teams, no matter what.
Yeah, man, I totally agree with you, man. Hey, we got MJ in the building. Welcome back, MJ. Go ahead. MJ there?
Hold on. You hear me now? Y'all hear me now?
Yeah, I got
Y'all
you. Got you.
How's everybody doing? I hope everybody enjoyed their Friday and I hope they have a good weekend.
All right.
I would have to say there's two things here. I believe what's going on in Chicago, those are not real Chicago Sky fans. I think they're cosplaying. That's one thing. And everything that's going on now and what y'all talking about, this is a trickle down of the Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese effect. And I'm going to bring it to something I saw not last year, the year before last, when South Carolina lost. And there was when Dawn Staley had the post-game interview, and she told the media how she told them, she said, I see you, and I hear you, and I know what y'all doing. Don't think I don't know people. And they tell me what y'all be saying. So y'all need to be careful. The reason why I bring that up is, for me, I don't see Teaspoon protecting them as much. I mean, if you see your girls going through this, how you not making this? How you don't say nothing to the media about this, about what you see going on, and try to explain what your players is going through? Like, one thing I say about Christy Sides, she understood the game. She knew her player was getting beat up. She said it and had no problem saying it. I mean, we all disagreed. We just thought they was playing physical. But the point is, she tried to protect her player.
Okay, I'm going to stop you right there, MJ. You made a valid point.
Mm-hmm.
But this is what I said earlier.
Mm-hmm.
This was the first I've heard of it, but that Dana Evans and Isabel Harrison spoke about it last night. This is the first I've heard of it.
Right.
Like they waited to the last game of the season to bring this to the forefront. So if they haven't brought it to the forefront, how is T. Weatherspoon going to step in to address it if this is the first that she is hearing about it? Why did Dana Evans and Isabel Harrison wait so late? And I tell people, sometimes in the heat of the moment like that, you're speaking off of emotions.
Right.
And I think they were speaking off emotions last night because I cover the Sky. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I have people that, are invested in Chicago Skies that send me information. And this is the first I've heard of it. And that's why I said it was hard for me to even talk about it, to even do a video about it, because when I heard the post-game press conference, I had to really see where Dana Evans and Isabel Harrison was coming from. Right. And this is the first that I've heard of it. You know what I'm saying? And this is the first I heard of it when Isabel Harrison said that she was getting tagged in videos when people was creating narratives about her. And I'm looking through the internet and like, man, I went on Isabel and I was like, man, I don't see none of this. I mean, like, what are you talking about? Like, this is the first time I've heard of it. I mean, people in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong. If y'all have any links that y'all need to send me, like I said, DM me on, Twitter or Instagram, man, and I'll respond to you, or email me. Everybody has the email. I got my faithful supporters that email me all the time. Sister Noble, she checks in with me. I got Marcus Hicks. Everybody, Brooklyn, they check in with me. But this is what I'm saying. Last night, you don't make the playoffs. You get bounced out. Now you're speaking with emotions. Right. That's what I'm saying.
Now let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Do you believe that is actually Chicago Sky fans?
Nah,
I don't think they are.
Nah, Sister Noble brought up a great point. Just 1 second. Hold that
Yeah,
thought, MJ. Hold
yeah,
that thought. Just 1
yeah,
second.
yeah.
Hey, shout out to Thomas Anderson for the $5 super chat.
£1 spent, eating live. £1 spent, eating right. £1 spent.
He said, I think Dana and Izzy are capped. This is jealousy at high degree. The WNBA is a real thing now. They are Tito Jackson and Jermaine and mad at Michael. See, that's Thomas, you bring up a good point. And that's why when I looked at it, that's what I got out of it. Because all season long, we never heard of none of this until, like, if you listen to what Dana and Izzy said, they talked about the internet, right? They talked about the social media. And I've seen, and I tell you guys this all the time. What have I told you guys? They only hear to cause
confusion.
And what these internet people do that, when it all was, brought out, they try to put Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark against each other, right? And they didn't think Angel Reese was going to do the things that she did, right? So now you have all these content creators making all these false narratives about Angel Reese. But now what's happening is now they're trying to create these false narratives to try to tear the Chicago Skies apart. And I think Dana Evans and Isabel Harrison fell victim to that. They spoke off of emotions.
Has this
and they let it out.
Has this ever happened last season? This wasn't happening last season.
This is the first I heard about it, Sister Noble. That's why I'm baffled.
And you go
back to what I said.
Get a part of that press conference and replay some of that.
Okay, yeah, I do it. Hold on, just 1 second. Let me address this real quick. Hey, shout out to Amy Sue for the $5 super chat.
£1 spent, eating live. £1 spent, eating right. £1 spent.
She said Diamond and Michaela, was the only vets to go see Angel in the All-Star game. They even held Angel's phone during the game. I saw that. Where were the other vets? See, that's what I'm saying. So that just further lets you guys know that I'm not going to discredit what, Dana Evans and Isabel Harrison said, because I felt sorry for Isabel Harrison because she was real emotional about it. But sometimes you just gotta you gotta call a spade, man. And I think there's some jealousy involved around, because I'm gonna play it and I want y'all to listen to what Dana Evans first said. So I'm gonna bring it up and I'm gonna play it. So y'all take a listen. Y'all take a listen to this.
Okay.
With all the new attention, maybe that's not the right way to put it, but
No, I get what you're saying.
how did you guys experience that? What was the sort of content of it? Like, what was the feeling like? What were you reading, seeing, hearing, experiencing?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. It was tough. I mean, Izzy, I know you can attest to that too. It was really tough. I mean, we're professionals. We know that we can play this game. I mean,
now do y'all hear what Dana Evans said? Dana Evans said, "We know we can play the game."
Yes.
Right.
Y'all hear it? See, she first started out saying, "We know we can play," and then she said, "Izzy, you can attest to this. We know, we've been professionals. We know we can play the game."
But she also said in the beginning, she said it's been tough because maybe this is kind of over. Now I ain't gonna say it was a lot with this. Like I said, this Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese thing, it came like a tidal wave. I mean, it was really rough, especially on them.
Yeah.
Just imagine them going to every arena, and this is new for them. So I can understand them saying it was a little tough though. But go ahead, you continue.
Okay, but I'm gonna continue. But Dana Evans said it was tough because look at the position Dana Evans was in. Right. Dana Evans got forced to the bench, right? It's well documented how her agent went on Twitter and had a rant throwing at Teresa Weatherspoon about the time that Dana Evans is getting. So that next game, Dana Evans got 24 minutes off the bench and only produced 2 points. But I'm going to continue with the video. Just 1 second.
But when you got people that's steady bashing you, that's supposed to be our supporters, I feel like that was a little slap in the face, and that was hard to kind of deal with. But
Now you hear what she said on that. When you got people that's supposed to be our supporters, that goes back to what Sister Noble said. Our supporters, were they really Chicago Sky supporters, or they was somebody sent over to cause confusion?
Right.
All right, I'm gonna continue.
It was really disgusting, but I always say God does not make mistakes, and I feel like this season really challenged my mental to another level, and I feel like I'm going to be so much better.
Go ahead. What you say, Sister Noble?
You heard what she said. She said it was
challenged
really
my
disgusting.
Yes.
It was really disgusting. Does this seem like Chicago Sky fans from last season doing this?
No, it can't be, because when she uttered, hold on just one second. When she uttered when she uttered the words, it was real disgusting.
Exactly.
Like, where did all this come from? This is where I'm baffled at. Where did this come from?
Exactly. I mean, I can tell you where it came from. It came from the new fans. It came from partly more so from Caitlyn fans than Angels fans. It's
Like I
more
said, like
more Caitlyn's fans than Angels fans. I'm not saying that Angels fans were not attacking these players. I'm saying that a huge majority of it came from Caitlyn's fans.
And what?
Who
They only
created?
here to cause confusion.
I'm gonna go there. Who created these fake accounts? Okay, attacking these players. I'm gonna go there. Yes.
I've seen it. I've seen it.
Fans, but pretending to be Sky fans. These are people that made up fake accounts pretending to be Sky fans. That's what I'm saying.
And also, you got to remember too, right now, with these YouTube content creators, there's a lot of money in this too.
Exactly.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
Right.
I do
You saw
YouTube.
people that never did. Right.
Yeah.
You saw people who never did it all of a sudden. And the way they talk about Caitlin Clark and the way they down Angel Reese, you could tell. You like, because even when I listen to some of them sometimes, you like, you got to be getting a check. You got to be getting a check. Because Angel Reese can't be that bad. She just can't be this bad.
YouTube is out here breaking off. Just one second. Let me get to this. Let me get to this super chat.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to Brian Kelly for the $5 super chat.
Thank you, Brian.
Said Sister Noble is speaking the truth.
Thank you, Brian Kelly.
We salute to that.
Let's not address the other poster that named G that was up earlier. Name G. Okay, G. I'm not saying that some of that crazy stuff isn't coming from Angel Reese's fans. What I'm telling you is Chicago Sky fans weren't doing these disgusting things to these players last season.
Thank you. And I'm a piggyback off of what Sister Noble just said. She said something earlier that y'all didn't even catch about these Caitlin Clark and Indiana fans making these fake accounts, right? And I don't know if y'all picked up on it. Y'all see what be happening in my chat where we kick somebody out, and what they do, they make a quick account and they come back in.
Come right back in.
Do y'all see that?
Come right back in. Yes.
So like I tell y'all, man,
They do it every time.
Only here to call they only here to cause confusion.
Yes.
They do it every time.
All right, just one second. Let me address these super chats real quick. I gotta keep it real with my super chats, man. My supporters. So let me get them in. Hey, appreciate you, Tony G, for the $2 super sticker.
£1 spent, eating live. £1 spent, eating right. £1 spent.
Also, shout out to Thomas Anderson for the $5 super chat. He said, Angel is a superstar. She's on covers of magazines making big deals and balling. What I see is they can't play in the light. Prime time is different. That's what I'm saying. And Dana Evans has to hold herself accountable because she's been in this league for a while and she has, she hasn't lived up to expectations. She got to hold herself accountable. She had a bad season.
Yeah, she had a bad season. And Izzy been hurt. She's been hurt.
Yeah. So let me go and let me go and finish
I
the
got something to say.
All right, go ahead,
Damon
Jonathan.
Isabella saying that the Sky
Okay.
fans turned on them. Well, I mean, it's sort of kind of like the Indiana Fever fans turned on the Indiana Fever at the beginning of the season. It's sort of kind of like that. How
Yeah.
Indiana Fever fans, yeah. Do y'all remember
Yeah, I remember.
making comments about the Fever fans?
Yeah.
Do you all
They was
remember
doing.
Aaliyah Boston coming out making
Yeah, they was
comments about
dogging out.
Indiana
Aaliyah
Fever
Boston
fans?
getting death threats to she had to close
Yeah.
on her account.
Yeah. Now watch this, guys. I'm gonna put this comment on the board, and y'all know he's an Indiana Fever and a Caitlin Clark supporter. And I'm gonna put this up here and see. This is what they do. They want to cause confusion. I got to get back to the comment because I saw it, but I want to put this on the screen. I saw it. Hold on. I saw it. Just 1 second. Let me find right here.
Yeah, okay.
Our man Jay Burns talk about this is a weak argument. The Sky didn't have as many fans last year as they did this year. Them new fans are different. So hold up, Sister Noble, when it comes to anything with the Chicago Sky, right? He's gonna debunk that, right? Because he's an Indiana Fever fan and he's a Caitlin Clark supporter. But we respect Jay Burns over here because he's been on the panel and we love the guy. So salute to you, Jay Burns, but I don't think this is a weak argument. I think this is relevant to what we're talking about because it all makes sense. Because if you go back and look at some of the videos I produced and some of the lives that I've done, everything is starting to come back tenfold. So I appreciate your comment, Jay Burns. Salute, my brother.
You can just go and look at how Indiana Fever fans in the beginning of the season, before the Olympics breaks, before the Olympics break, was harassing Indiana Fever players. You could just, I mean, they used to go on their timeline, and I used to defend Indiana Fever players against these fans that was coming under their timeline, attacking them and calling for Christie side's termination.
Oh yeah,
you
just saw what it was
on Aaliyah Boston, just saying all kinds of disgusting things about Aaliyah Boston, about Kelsey, about Nylissa Smith. I mean, y'all, I know what I just know that it may seem like it's all Chicago Sky fans that are attacking these players, but I don't think it is. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't think
you keeping it real, Sister Noble. Just 1 second. Let me get to this super chat. Hey, shout out to Andre Calvin for the $10 super chat. Why can't we believe it wasn't happening just because we didn't hear about it? Did we know Angel was getting death threats until she told the world after 4 losses?
Exactly.
Andre, I knew them death threats was out there. That was stuff out there everybody was talking about. Her mother brought it to the forefront first, and then everybody said, oh, her mother and Angel are playing victim. And her mother actually had receipts, and I produced a video about that.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's cap because Angel been getting death threats ever since they beat Iowa.
Yeah, so Iowa in the championship.
Right before she even got into league, she was getting that.
Yeah.
So what he's saying is that's cap right there. That's
okay.
Cap.
Let me finish the post game press conference.
Yeah.
So I can get y'all back up on the screen.
Next season, just mentally prepared for everything, and I know Izzy, you kind of feel that way too.
I've never experienced this amount of hate and harassment. This entire season, I get emotional about it because I know
that was tough. Man. I feel sorry for Izzy.
It's hard because it should have never been like that, and to go and just want to play basketball every day, and you have people constantly. And if it's online, it's online, but like you now get tagged in it, and I'm constantly having to block people and just people making narratives up about you. It's hurtful. And it's hard to just focus on basketball. And I appreciate the new eyes, but if it comes with hate and bigotry and racism, and even people that look like me bashing you can keep it offline because it's so hurtful and you don't know how it affects people. So I think that's just something that a lot of new fans need to be mindful of, and we don't want that to carry into the locker room. And
Okay.
Exactly. And to piggyback on that is, I would say, especially for the people that support the sky. If you're going to
See,
support the sky,
Dana, she
support the
just
sky. You know what I'm saying? I feel
Dana's
like that was
deflecting.
a big issue, and it messes with your mental. I don't care how good you are or what's going on. You're going to see stuff. You're going to read stuff, but.
They watch.
It made you a lot better, Izzy, and it made us a lot stronger up here, and we'll be better next year.
You learn from it, you grow from it, you just stay.
All right, hey, that's enough with that. It's hard to watch.
Yeah.
It's
I
hard
gotta
to
say,
watch
the
from.
three words that Izzy mentioned: hate, bigotry, and racism. That alone lets you know right there. These are not the usual. They're not the usual Chicago Sky fans. They're just not. Those aren't the ones that the Chicago Sky fans from last season. Was they doing that from last season?
Well, and I'm gonna say this too. Also, I believe the bigotry and the racism, it was going on every team who played Indiana. They was all getting it. They was all feeling it. I just believe with Chicago, it intensified due to Angel being on the team. I will say that it really intensified because with Chicago, I felt bad for them girls playing because it was like, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I also believe that's why Marina wanted to leave. I think Mayberry, that's part of the reason. It was a lot. She probably was like, I'm out of here. Get me
Yes,
out of here. It's too much.
I believe
You
it too.
know?
I believe
Yeah,
why.
I believe it was a lot. It was really intensified with Chicago. I felt really bad for them because they was getting the hate from
What's good,
everywhere.
everybody?
You know? And then Dana wanted to trade too. She wanted to get traded too, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I mean, that was basically
Yeah,
what her agent was saying. So I mean,
yeah.
it's kind of, man. I
Well,
mean,
I think it was a lot. I think it
but
was more than what
guess
we've
what?
been talking about.
Guess what? Cheryl Swoop said that there are players on the Indiana Fever team that want out of there because of all the social
Yeah,
media stuff.
but
yeah.
they'll call Cheryl Swoops a hater when she speaks the facts and brings up facts about that whole situation, not really addressing just because she don't really dive into a lot of things that Caitlin Clark brings to the table, and she gives props to the whole Indiana Fever team. They want to get Cheryl Swoops ousted, and that's ridiculous, man.
It's ridiculous because one thing she's speaking facts, but what makes it even worse, like I said before, simply, it's sad when you even see the black YouTube, you know, contributors even going so
Mm-hmm.
hard on Angel.
Mm-hmm.
It was sad.
Mm-hmm.
Even when I listened to Rashawn McCants, he talking like Caitlin Clark is like the next best thing since sliced bread.
I
It's
told you
like,
that.
yeah, and it's like, hold on, let's keep it real. I'm not a professional basketball player, but I know the game and I played for a while. They didn't start getting good until they start getting the ball to Aaliyah Boston. When I noticed every time Caitlin trying to go to
Where's Bro Gad when we need him? Hold on, just 1 second. Let me address the
yeah,
super chat real quick.
yeah.
Man, shout out to MR always supporting the channel with the $5 super chat.
£1 spent, you eating like £1 spent, you eating right. £1 spent.
Said Clark fans hate the Sky. Angel is not there, so they're attacking bench players. Sky fans wouldn't attack bench players. MR, that's hilarious. And you know what I tell people? And this another. You know what my slogan is, right? Listen, I want y'all to listen to my slogan.
Keep the main thing the main thing.
That's what we need to do. We got to keep the main thing the main thing. But I got Mo3 and Brooklyn. They entered the building. Go ahead, Brooklyn. What's going on, man? Brooklyn, you there?
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm posting. I'm trying to get people
Well, let
in
me
here.
let me get
And then
Mo3. Let me get Mo3 on there. What's up, Mo3? I'm glad you joined early tonight. What's going on?
Yeah, I'm chilling. Yeah, man. Those those are probably it could go either way. It could be. I wouldn't be surprised if it was some Caitlin Clark transplants trying to cause confusion.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, I wouldn't be surprised if it was some actual Chicago Sky fans doing that, because if you really watch the games and watch them play, they was on some hating stuff, man. Freaking Dana Evans was hating on Kennedy Carter, and
Talk about it. Talk about it.
Izzy Harrison was hating on Angel. I
Talk
watched
about it.
at least 3 games. I watched. I was so like getting so angry at Izzy. She refused to pass the ball to Angel even when she was wide open. She was getting double team. Angel was wide open. The last game I saw that, I was like, man, listen, man. That was after the Olympic break. That was the last
Well,
game that I seen her and Angel play like a lot of minutes together, and she just refused to pass Angel the ball. She was getting double team. Angel was on the right wing, wide open. She just refused to pass her the ball. I'm like, what's going on here? And I'm like, so I was like, you know what? Let me is this really what's going on? Like, so let me, because somebody been told me about that, but I noticed it here and there. So then I went back and started watching old again. I'm like, yo, this girl just, she didn't like that. She didn't like, she think that I think she felt like Angel came and stole her shine or something. I don't know what the heck, but she was hating. And Mabry just thought she was gonna be like the number one option, and or at least the number two, and that didn't go well. So she was like, I'm out of here.
She gone, huh?
Yeah, that's
yeah,
why.
he was
That's
like, I'm
yeah,
out of it.
because if you really look and notice, that was it. Because what did she want? She when she went to the Sun, she wanted to be because you know they don't have a lot like this. Their defense is awesome, but their scoring is not that. They're not a high scoring team like that. So she thought she was gonna go over there and be like at least number two option. But their first game they played her, she was they started her. They were like, oh no, we
But
can't
that's the
start you.
problem, Mo
We
three.
can't
See,
start you. You got to come off the bench.
that's the problem. I think Mabry thought she was the number one option. Dana Evans thought they not number one options, man. They not number one options, and it took a toll on them because, like I said, last game of the season, you lose, you don't get a playoff berth. Now you're talking with emotions.
Thank you, baby.
But
And
if you
and
look,
it
Dana
and,
was
I'm back. I'm
and it
back.
wasn't.
Whenever I get
And
a chance. Yeah, I'm listening.
yeah,
I'm just letting you know
no,
I'm
I
if you
was
back.
look,
saying whenever they wasn't.
Dana wasn't really didn't have a problem with it when she was starting the beginning of the year. Is when she lost her starting position to Kennedy Carter.
Exactly.
Then she started acting crazy
Talk
and
about it.
asking for trades and stuff.
Talk about it, Mo three.
So that's how you know, like she was on some jealousy stuff.
Talk about
And
it, man.
and then to go
I'm gonna
back
piggyback off that. I'm gonna
to
piggyback
what
off Mo
somebody
three.
said in the comments, if you look at the All Star game and when break,
Drop for the low. They
the
need
only
to
two vets
back.
that was with Angel and supporting her was
Michaela and Lexi.
yes.
I
So
mean Lindsay. I'm
and- and-
sorry.
and yeah, Lindsay Allen. So there you go, right there. You could see that they wasn't down with it at all. Even the this clip that they posted when they was celebrating one of their birthdays. If you really look, the rest of them was looking at Angel funny.
You talk about in the locker room?
No, they were it was in practice.
Oh, I thought I saw some locker room footage when they celebrate. No, go back and look at the clip when they celebrated when
The All-Star?
when Angel Reese got the 15th double. Look at some of the mannerism on some of them players.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, it was inside the locker room when Teaspoon gave her the ball. Go! I gotta find that clip and I'll bring it up.
I saw the All-Star one. They didn't look happy there, but it was this one that it was like some non-basketball thing, and I was like, why are they like this? This is supposed to be like, I don't know. It just didn't look right to me.
Yeah, that's right. Diamond and Michaela. Yeah, that's right, HDTV. Now you rocking with your boy, Y'all go follow him, man. He said no, it was Diamond and McKellen Phoenix, and Angel and Izzy supported her on the court. Yeah, you got that. Thanks for the correction, man. Yeah. All right, go ahead, finish Mo3.
No, that's all I gotta say. That's just you could just tell by if you watch the in-game interactions or like on-court interactions, like within the practice,
You
the
got to
locker
look at the
room,
body. You got to look at the body
and
language, man.
yeah, when you look at the body language, you're like, oh man, like this is crazy enough. It's
All right,
crazy.
go ahead, Brooklyn. I know you eager to get in here, man. It's
No.
Friday
I want to
night, man.
piggyback because that's exactly why I camped up. Mo3 kind of, like I said, sometimes great minds think alike. So Mo3 was kind of like talking a little bit about it, but I wanted that the clip you was playing. I think you stopped it prematurely, right? Because what Dana did, what she told on herself, she got up there with the whole sob story about the fans harassing, right?
Yeah.
And then she said in that same press conference, she said, "Oh, y'all be online talking about we can't pass the ball.
They watch these videos,
we
man.
not pass." She said we not passing the ball. So I thought it was harassment because that's a basketball. If you telling me that fans is getting on you about not passing the ball, that's not harassment. That's critiquing your basketball.
Exactly.
Harassment is racism.
And
Harassment is when they talk about something outside of the court. That's harassment. You can't be up there complaining because people said you can't pass the ball when you can't pass the ball.
Brooklyn, I'm gonna let you finish, but this is what I want to say. You brought up a great point, man, and I've said this before you jumped into live. I played the whole video.
Oh,
but
so you saw it? Okay.
Yeah. So this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, Brooklyn. For people that don't think that these athletes see these little videos because they have handlers that probably send them and see what's going on the internet. Dana Evans made it clear, like you said, she told on herself. She sees these narratives on the internet.
Right.
And that's what she's talking about.
And I'm gonna say this also. If you watch the Sky this season, and I always say this, body language is everything. Because one thing I noticed when you watch them play, it's been times Camilla be there on the box wide open and they pass right around, and then she has to come out of the box, go up to the top of the key and get the ball. And I was like, well, why they don't give her the ball? She's open, wide open, and they just don't give her the ball. And another thing I noticed, and I'm gonna say this to all the veterans that's on that team, they didn't step up.
Yeah, the veterans would come in. Yo, not to interject, but you exactly right. The rookies would be out there. They get subbed out. It'd be all veterans on the court, and we getting blown out. It's nothing but veterans out there.
And also, it was a shame because you could see it. Angel, I'm looking at Angel. Angel looked like these veterans ain't stepping up, so I got to step up. So she was actually the leader on the team.
That's a fact. She was the leader.
To me,
that's a fact.
She was the leader on the team. She was actually the leader on the team.
And the vets didn't like that. Some of them, not all of them. Some of them was cool with it, but some of them didn't like that.
Yeah, but they didn't like that. But that's on them because you know why? Y'all, that was what y'all was supposed to do. Y'all was supposed to take Angel under your wing. It was, but when the way I looked at it, it was the way I was watching it. It was the other way around. It was Angel going to the veterans, telling them what they need to do. You always saw her whispering in their ear, always giving them encouragement. But it looked like it wasn't going. It wasn't going, back to her. They wasn't giving her that encouragement. I didn't see that.
But look, getting back to the Dana Evans thing real quick. Dana Evans didn't lose her job to Kennedy Carter. She lost her job to Lindsey Allen, and I think she was tight about that. I think she understood why Kennedy Carter was put in the starting lineup. I think she was pissed that she had to go to the bench and Lindsey Allen got put in the starting lineup.
Yeah, I mean, you might be right on that.
But she probably felt like she better than Lindsey. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she probably felt sick about that and ain't saying nothing. That's me speculating. I ain't hear that from nobody, but you got to remember when Kennedy Carter came into the starting lineup, she came in with Lindsey Allen, Diamond and Shields, and Dana sat down. So Kennedy Carter really replaced Diamond.
And see, me personally, man, I look at the game in the game. I look at everything. I look at when they go to timeout and they got the camera at the bench. I look at all the reactions, right? And somebody said in the comment about Angel, telling people, where to be at. And if you really look at it, right, it's sad because, Angel Reese came out of high school and in Maryland as a point guard, right? And she has that ability to put people in position to make the plays run, right? So we go back to that game. I think it was before she got hurt, 2 games before she got hurt against the LA Sparks, where our guards were so atrocious that Angel Reese had to come in, grab a rebound, and push the ball up the court to create that high-low with her and Camila Cardosa. And that was something that the guards failed to do, is get the entry pass into the post. And Angel was like, fuck it, I got to do it myself. Sometimes you got to do it yourself. And I think that, them guards felt some type of way. I just think Dana Evans, I don't know her personally, but if you look at her mannerism, you can see that she hasn't embraced Angel Reese or Camila Cardosa. That's just my
KSAP, can I say
Yeah.
this? So what we have is multifaceted issues that have entered that locker room. Okay, not only do we have Caitlin Clark's fans doing slick stuff behind, keyboards, computer screens, but we also have Angel Reese's fans attacking other players on that team, and we also have jealousy going on. We got jealousy, between Dana and other people versus Angel Reese. And also, because of all of this social media stuff that they do pay attention to, it has brought some sort of negative energy into that locker room, because they sitting around already feeling some type of way because some of her fans are telling them to pass the ball, and they feel like, okay, well, we know the game. We don't need you to tell us how to play this game. We've been here doing this for a long time now. So am I correct when I say what I say?
Yeah, I mean, it makes a lot of sense.
Let me
I
chime.
mean,
I disagree slightly. I'm gonna tell you where.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you where I do. I don't think it's the Angel Reese fans, because I'm on another platform as well. I'm a new fan. We all know I'm a new fan. I always say that. But I'm on another platform, and these guys ain't new. Like they when the game is broadcast and they watching the game, they commenting. They say pass the ball. So it's not like a bunch of Angel Reese fans is in the comments talking to the players, telling the players pass the ball. I think all the Chicago Sky fans notice that these guards are trash, right? Because like I said, these guys, shout out to Chicago Sky Central. I
rock with him heavy.
I rock
Yep.
with them too. I rock with them heavy. So when
He
they
be DMing me too.
yeah, so look, they know me. So so look, when they broadcasting the game, though, they be like Steve-O and Hayes. They be like, "Yo, pass the ball." Like they've been fans for years, right? I'm a new fan, but they've been fans for years. So it's not like Angel Reese fans is being toxic. I think what's happening is, and I don't want to make this a racist thing, but it's the only way I know how to explain it. So we all know the history of America, right? And the racism that exists and everything like that.
Yes.
And Sister Noble, you probably could attest to this more than I can because you're older than me, right? It's a new thing that's out now. My mother talks about it all the time, that a lot of people want to throw on us called reverse racism. Now everybody want to call black people racist all of a sudden in this day and age, right? And the one thing I'm noticing about Angel Reese, because I've been following Angel Reese since college. I'm not a WNBA Angel Reese fan. This new fandom that everybody talking about Angel Reese fans is toxic. That never was the case. This is something new, and it ain't even start from the beginning of the season. This is literally from a few weeks. This is after the Olympic break, right? Like nobody was even saying this before the Olympic break. This is after Olympic break. Everybody want to say, "Oh, Angel Reese fans is toxic too." Da 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 da. Right? And I think that's a new ploy, because if you pay attention to the whole season, it really started after the Mabry trade. It was always a new narrative with the Chicago Sky. First, it was they was bullying Mabry. Mabry had to get out of there. Then after that, it was a Kennedy Carter thing. She got hurt. She's faking and she's upset. She's mad at Angel because Angel is playing for Unrivaled and she's not. Angel is ranked on the the thing above her, the list they put out, and she's mad about that. That was the narrative. Then the narrative they always try to hit us with is who's more important, You know what I mean? And now the new narrative is, oh, Angel Reese fans are toxic and they attacking the players.
So
So it's like,
Brooklyn,
But
these
Brooklyn, you know what that
the
is? Brooklyn, no, Brooklyn, you know what that is? That's the
fans,
divide and conquer.
exactly. And that's
That's
the
the
point I'm
divide.
making. That and what
Yep.
I'm saying is a lot of Sky fans are falling for it because think about it. It's almost like even if you look at politics, right? In politics, they'll tell you, oh, it's an invisible enemy. That's a threat. Like they try to scare you with a threat topic where you might be going, to work every day, not think about no illegal immigrants or no terrorists or no whatever it is. But if they tell you enough on the news and the media, it's a threat. People gonna start just saying it, right? Because you done heard it so many times. You're gonna be like, oh yeah, it's a threat. So that's what they doing. They keep telling you that, oh, Angel Reese fans is toxic. And mind
so
you, we don't do the same things that listen, we passionate about Angel Reese, but we don't just like the other day, K-Sap, you see the guy that came in here and said the word. I ain't gonna say what he said, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Who said the words he said. How many Angel Reese fans you see going in Caitlin Clark lives doing stuff like that?
None.
You don't see it, but they gonna tell you that's what we do enough where people gonna start believing it. And then you got to be smarter than that. Like homie just said, they trying to divide and conquer us so we could destroy ourselves from the inside.
Yeah.
But if we ignore that BS and just continue, listen, the Sky is on a great path to success. That's why listen. You already know how I feel. K-Sap, I was excited about this year. Next year I'm gonna be even more excited because we're gonna actually have a competitive team. So we got to ignore all that noise, and that's the part I agree with you, Sister Noble. Is like you said, it's the fake profiles. It's the fake. There's a lot of people making fake profiles,
That's
posing
the
as
sad part, man.
they posing as Sky fans, and then they attacking the players. That's what they doing.
you came up here and said what you said because that confirmed everything that I said at the beginning of this live stream when I first came on. What
Yeah.
you just said, that confirmed it. Because
Yeah, that's why I said I agree with you. I don't agree that is the Angel Reese toxic fans, but I do agree with you that is the Caitlin Clark undercover fans posing and trying to create drama.
making up hidden fake profiles. I know.
That's the sad part. We see it in the chat all the time. When somebody gets booted out of chat, what they do? They quickly to go make another profile so they can get back in.
Yep. See, I knew it. I was trying to convince, a Caitlin Clark fan of this, but he got upset with me, and blocked me. But it's all good. It's all good.
Appreciate you, lovely.
Yeah.
I told you, boy, Brooklyn got fans all over the world, man. Brooklyn, what you doing, man?
Everything I said.
You know why they like Brooklyn? This is why they like Brooklyn.
Keep the main thing the main thing.
He keep the main thing the main thing.
You answered. I mean, he pretty much hit the nail on the head. I mean, everything he said, it just confirmed what I said earlier. So I'm good. I'm good.
And another thing, and the other issue is too with the WNBA is part of the problem too, because they letting all this going on. The WNBA is letting them go on with it because for them, it's all about the dollar. It's all about the dollar for them. They know this is making money for them. They part of the problem too. Because they bottom line is the dollar.
Hey, that's a good point, Marcus. I mean, MJ. Hey, Marcus, man, the link is in the chat, man. You can hit the link. The link's in the chat, Marcus.
And you know who else could end this too with all this drama going on? But she understands too. I'm not saying she does it purposely, but even Caitlin Clark, she doesn't say nothing. She understands, and I believe those are her people tell her to be quiet.
Exactly.
Just play ball, don't get involved. But if she, one thing Larry Bird did, Larry Bird used to end it. Anytime when he came to he used to end it straight forward and let them know, look, don't get me involved in it. I'm not into that. And if y'all, y'all wrong, me and Magic, yes, we competitors, but we cool. He always let it be known. Because when the media try to do that with them, he nipped it in the bud. He nipped that in the bud.
Yep.
He spoke out.
But she won't. She won't because she don't want to alienate her fan base.
That's what she's doing. Right. There you go. Right. She understands what's going on. Don't think she don't. when she talks like she don't know. She
Yeah.
know what's going on.
Hey, hold on just 1 second, man. I got Marcus Hicks, man. What you got, Marcus?
What's up? What's up?
What's
Can
going
y'all hear
on?
me?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear.
I think the whole thing is propaganda. The more you hear about something, the more you're gonna believe it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's propaganda.
You throw a lot of mud on the wall, some of it's gonna stick.
Yeah, and it will stick places you don't want to stick at.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about the Dana and Izzy, some of it is true, and some of it is not true. It's not true. So you gotta weave out. You gotta weave out. The locker room is half split up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So some of the vets didn't get with the rookies, and some did. It's all about personalities.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if your personality don't fit with this kind of person, you ain't gonna vibe with you're not gonna vibe with that kind of person. See, like Reese and Carter, they vibe on a total different level because of the things they've been through. So Reese was prepared for everything, the spotlight, the backlash, everything. The Chicago team won't prepare for everything that they was gonna face.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's a great point because I also believe Teaspoon wasn't prepared for it either.
No, she wasn't.
I don't think the WNBA as a whole was prepared for all this.
Listen,
Yo, salute,
you see how
salute everyone. Let me know when they can jump in.
look
Okay.
real quick, bro, guy, because I'm go right after me. You see how much they was prepared for when you see how they introduced Angel to the team.
Yeah.
They was behind the ball all season. Go ahead,
Yeah.
bro, guy.
Go ahead, bro, Gad. Get in here.
Yeah. All right, Kesa. I'm gonna agree with a couple of things and I'm gonna disagree with a couple of things, right?
Okay. Do your thing.
The world is not black and white, right? And I mean, no disrespect to your panel, but I feel like they're a little naive. The world is not just Caitlin Clark fans and Angel Reese fans. The world is LSU fans. The world is UConn fans. The world is South Carolina Gamecocks fans. The world is AJ Wilson fans. The world is Aces fans. And I don't think y'all pay enough attention to WNBA media to understand what's really going on, right? Because y'all seem to think that Caitlin Clark fans are the only ones trying to create drama with Angel Reese and the Sky. Caitlin Clark fans are doing that. I'm not stupid. I see that. But y'all don't really realize the South Carolina Gamecock Mafia that's behind AJ Wilson. And when they go on social media and they try to create division in other teams and even against LSU players like Angel Reese. Y'all remember when Angel Reese was out a few games at the beginning of the last college season? Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
All right, cool. You know, it was South Carolina Gamecock fans at first who were spreading rumors about how she was out because she got disciplined.
The GPA and college and all that. Yeah.
GPA.
Yeah.
You know about that, right?
Yeah.
There was a WNBA media reporter who interviewed Izzy Harrison, who is known to align with Aces fans, right? And they were actually talking to Izzy on the low, which was supposed to be a private conversation. And Izzy was talking about who she prefers to play with on the floor and what position she wants to play, right? And they released that conversation, and it came off as if she preferred to play with Michaela on the floor instead of Angel Reese.
That resurfaced again today.
Right. And then they did a whole Twitter space about that. There's this guy, Dolores, who had he's got a lot of credibility in college women's basketball. And they were the ones, this was not a Caitlin Clark or Fever space. This was a Gamecock Aces space where they were talking down on Angel Reese fans. Y'all got like this black and white view of women's basketball, right? There are multiple cliques with different people from different like corners of this entire stratosphere. And y'all feel like, oh, it's just Caitlin Clark fans trying to tear down Angel Reese. That's one part of the equation, bro. There are a lot of people in women's basketball that do not like Angel Reese. And it's not because Angel Reese is a bad player. It's because they recognize the clout that she holds. You think that Angel Wilson fans ain't jealous of Angel Reese? Please be for real. That girl came in her first year, and she's the second best-selling jersey after Caitlin Clark. Right now, Kit Martin is outselling Angel Wilson. You think when they talk about how Angel Wilson is getting disrespected, they don't think about other players besides Caitlin Clark? Y'all got to be for real.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this though. Here's the thing. I hear everything you're saying, and I get where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But I don't believe that. I'm an Angel Wilson fan, and I don't believe Angel Wilson fans are that intense on dogging out Angel Reese. I don't believe that. I believe it's there, but I don't think it's as intensified as with the Caitlin Clark fans. That's what we saying. I'm not disagreeing with you that is there, but I don't think it's is not as intensified as with the Caitlin Clark fans. And we have to say this,
bro.
Huh?
It's slick. They don't come right out and do it the way that Caitlin Clark fans do, because the Caitlin Clark fan mafia is just Big Ten and Iowa. That's just a bunch of no disrespect. A lot of them are rednecks and so on. Like they're very, very bad at trolling. Like you can tell when they're trying to troll, and it's obvious.
But what I said to you, what I said earlier too.
I got a question for Brooklyn when y'all finish.
All right, cool. I also want to answer that because I actually know what they're talking about, and they both have right and they both have wrong. I can answer that for them.
Because I'm gonna say this too. Because I'm gonna say this also too.
I was in that Twitter Spaces, by the way.
Right, you have a lot of black YouTube spaces that's talking down to Angel Reese, and like I was saying earlier, it's all about the dollar. They know that's where the money is. That's where
No, Brody. What's your name? Because I want to know who I'm talking to. What's your name?
That MJ.
MJ, what's up, MJ? He's talking about. I know what you're talking about. He's talking about something specific. He's talking about Twitter Spaces. I just left it. I ain't gonna lie. Twitter Spaces are super toxic. It's something totally different. You talking about content creators like on YouTube. And they make content and they have their headlines or whatever. But Twitter Spaces is something totally different, and I could get into that. But I'm gonna let Mo3 ask me the question, then I'm gonna get into what y'all talking about.
Yeah, bro.
Angel Reese in college, right? Angel Reese had that double streak going, right, where she had the most doubles, right? She set the record, right?
Right.
All right. Who broke the record? Who broke her streak?
Who broke her streak in college?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I might be wrong.
I know she had the streak. I don't know who broke her streak.
I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was South Carolina.
Okay.
And guess what they did after they did that?
Well, I know they had beef, so this is not gonna surprise me. What they did?
They threw a party in the locker room directly after that.
Yeah, it's beef. I mean, that's everybody. If you know college, you know.
We don't care about that. Guess what happened? Angel Reese didn't get her double today, and they all went crazy.
Right? Yeah. I remember that.
They was acting like they won the championship.
Right. Yeah. They got beef, but also, I mean, I don't know how much I care about this. I don't know how much this whole weight. Yeah, I do know they got a Gamecocks YouTube channel, right? Like it's some guy with a cowboy hat. He said it's the truth. So yeah, during the season, when they was playing against each other, it was beef. But now that Camilla and Angel on the same team, they said it's the truth. I don't know how true that is because I don't follow that channel, but that's what I see him say that on that channel.
Yeah,
but anyway. Go.
Oh, never mind.
Now you good, Brody. I just want to because Brogad is right. What he's saying is absolutely right. The only thing I disagree with him is what MJ was saying. Like he said, a lot of Caitlin Clark, and I don't think when I say Caitlin, first of all, let me address this too, because I think when we say Caitlin Clark fans, we speaking so general that y'all think we talking about everybody. We know it's good Caitlin Clark fans. We know it's Caitlin Clark fans that just care about basketball. So when we start talking about the toxic ones, we not talking about y'all. I'm never thinking
Right.
about you, bro, Grad, when I start thinking about the toxic Caitlin Clark fans. I'm
Nah, I know
talking
that, bro.
about
I
the
know that.
ones you know the ones I'm talking about. Y'all don't even like them. Like there's a certain group of them that's don't even care about basketball. They here for division. So
Yeah,
those are
but
the ones we
like,
talking
let me
about.
just say this real quick because they think that I'm
Yeah.
saying that Angel and Aja hate each other. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying there are people that want to push Aja, and they're jealous of the entire rookie class. They hate Caitlin Clark, but they will push Angel to slight Caitlin when they get a chance. And when Caitlin is not getting a shot, like if Caitlin is struggling and then Angel is getting shine, they will shit on Angel too because they don't want anyone outshining Aja. Like that's their idol. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so I'm not even gonna that's your that's your opinion, that's your opinion. But I will say this, and I've been noticing it, and as a matter of fact, we don't even gotta say I noticed it, they just did it last week. The media did it last week, and it was, obviously those group of Caitlin Clark fans, right? People people is trying to make Asia Wilson and Angel have a beef that's not there, right? They trying to
Yeah,
they
right on the
trying to
nose,
they
Brooklyn.
they trying to create division between them, and the reason why they doing that is because again, if they don't have nothing to talk about with Angel, they find something to attack. So it's either her teammates, it's her relationship with Cheryl Swoops, it's her relationship with Asia Wilson. They these are hateful people, right? They just all they care about is seeing Angel fail. That's all they care about. So they want to see a team fail. They want to see a coach fired. They you know what I mean? They want to take Kennedy Carter for like they just want everything. They just want Angel to fail, right? So that's what I'm saying is and all reality, Angel Wilson fans and Caitlin and Angel Reese fans are cool with each other. I was in a Twitter Spaces the other day. I mean, just yesterday, and they was talking about that, just with Dolores and all of what you were saying. So it's like people are trying to create a division, and it's not there. Like people,
And you,
Angel Reese and Caitlin, and excuse me, I keep saying Caitlin Clark. Angel Reese and Asia Wilson is cool, and Angel Reese fans and Asia Wilson fans are cool. Ain't no beef there. But
Yeah,
people
but
that's
is
with
right.
trying to
Angel,
create they trying to create a drama, but Brograd is absolutely right. So what happened to touch on what he was saying about the Twitter spaces. So I got the story because the girl who actually did it was in there. She explained it. So some girl who I guess her girlfriend works for Chicago Sky. She take pictures or something. So I guess she was there and they had a conversation. I guess they have a relationship with Izzy and Michaela. And according to her, she said that she had asked Izzy, do she like playing the five or something? Izzy said, no, I prefer to play the four.
For it,
And
yeah.
then the girl said that she said, oh, but you and Michaela killed the night with her at the four and you at the five. And she was like, well, I guess I guess I do like playing the five sometimes, but I prefer to play the four, right? And I guess they released that conversation. I don't know why they did. They said they didn't have no malicious intent. From hearing what she said, I don't think she had no malicious intent either. But you know how the world is. And then we know, again, what I just said, people was trying to create division with Angel. So you release that conversation, the first thing people is going to go is say, oh, she don't like playing with Angel. She prefer to play with
well,
Michaela. You get what I'm saying? That was the narrative.
right.
Even though the girl said that that's not the intent. That why she put it out. She just put it out because she was happy that they had a great game. But the social media is social media. So once they get a hold of it, they're gonna create their own narrative. But
And
it is
Brooklyn,
it
you're
is
right.
it is
You're
it
right.
is a Twitter Spaces with a bunch of people. Shout out to them because I'm not trying to talk bad about them. I'm just saying what it is.
Yeah.
Super. I was just in there for the past 2 days. It was wild toxic. Like it is what it is.
Well,
But they
you're
good
right
people.
though. You're right, Brooke. Because just look what happened when Asia Wilson broke the rebound record. And at the post game she was saying that how she's all about the wins, she's not really into stats. Look what the media did. They try to make it sound like she's throwing a shot at Angel Reese
Right.
when that wasn't
Exactly.
even it. All she was saying is she's about the win, she's all about trying to get this championship.
Right.
Yeah, I got the rebound title, but I'm trying to get the win. What did the media do right after she said that? She throwing a shot at Angel Reese. That's a shot at Angel Reese. So you 1,000% on that because they do that all
And
the time.
and then the
And then
piggyback. Not God. I thought you was not God.
no. I was gonna say, and then when you listen to Asia all the time, what do she always? She gives Angel the highest props because she always say, I can't stand playing against them because they give me the prop. Them two high
Right. They
colors give
always
me
give
more
each other
problems.
props. That's what
Yeah,
I said the other
yeah,
day. If they wanted to, if Asia wanted to talk bad about her, she would have been did it. Even before
yeah.
Angel got in the league, she was on the podcast. They asked her what Angel translate, and she said she had translated on the podcast before. So she been talking good about Angel. But
Yeah.
damn, I forgot I was gonna say now. Damn, fuck that mind. I was gonna say something to something you said earlier. It
All right.
slipped my mind.
Yeah, now what do you think about that? But to jump in here, right? Like y'all are talking about how Aja and Angel don't say anything bad about each other, right? No one is saying that Aja and Angel have beef, right? Like we moving away, we moving away from what the conversation is about. Like, have you ever heard Caitlin Clark say anything bad about Angel? No.
She don't have to though.
But nah. Y'all gotta hear my point. Have you ever heard her say anything but a compliment about Angel? Ever?
She don't say nothing. She don't say
That's
nothing.
lies, bro. That's lies. Every time Caitlin Clark has talked about Angel, she has complimented her game.
Yeah, she give her compliments.
No,
I'm with you,
nah,
guys.
nah, nah,
She
nah.
gives, but she
Y'all are
gives all
not
the
paying
players.
attention.
No,
Yeah,
no,
bro.
he paying
I'm with you.
attention.
Yo, bro,
Hold
Gad,
up,
I'm
bro,
with you,
guys.
Gad, bro.
He
Gad.
got
Hold on,
you.
guys. Hold up. One at a time. Hold up, bro, Gad. Let me
telling
address
you.
this real quick. Hold on. I'm gonna let you get back in there. Hold on for a second. Hey, shout out to Paper Sack Brown for the $10 super chat. Says salute KSAP. I said on your show last week, Ewell and Rachel were staying. These two always overstood this AR team. They always had great bench morale. Hey, appreciate that, Paper Sack Brown. Also, we got a new member that just joined the channel. A shout out to Tony Benzino, became a new member. Salute. All right, go ahead, bro, Gad. Go ahead and finish off
I'm
your.
gonna finish this point. Like the people use fans as something to get behind when they don't like a player. Caitlin Clark has never said anything negative about Angel Reese. You can search the entire internet. You will not find a single negative, not even a neutral comment. Like Caitlin Clark has literally praised Angel Reese's game. She has praised her competitive spirit, bro. Like, this is not something that people got to make up. The fans are toxic as hell. I'm not going to defend the fan behavior, right? But the fact is that Caitlin Clark was talking about Aja Wilson the other day before the Aces matchup. And she spoke for like 5 minutes, bro, just giving Aja Wilson like pure compliments. Just talking about how she's the most dominant player in the game. You can't stop her. Talking about her scoring, her defense, her rebounds. Like, I've never heard any other player, probably besides Angel, give Asia as much flowers as Caitlin Clark, right? So y'all want to talk about the fans, and that's
hold
fair.
on. That's what we talk. Hold on,
Yeah, that's
bro,
what we're
Gad.
talking about.
I'm gonna cut you off right there. Hold up. I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna let you finish.
Don't have beef.
No,
it's not about beef between the players.
I understand.
The fan bases.
I know. I'm gonna let you finish, man. But I gotta correct you on something, right?
I think players can speak through the fans.
Exactly, but this is where
But
this
then
is
that
my.
means that Angel Wilson has
Hold up.
fans that hate.
Hold on, bro,
Reese.
Gad. Hold on.
Yeah.
I gave you a chance. I'm gonna let you get back in here.
Yeah.
Respectfully, I agree with what you said about Caitlin Clark not coming out saying anything negative about Angel Reese, right? And the shoe is on the other foot as well. Angel Reese has never came out and said nothing negative about Caitlin Clark, right? Now, when she started her podcast, the first episode, she addressed that whole thing. She said, me and Caitlin Clark, I like Caitlin Clark. We're competitors. You know, we compete against each other. It was the media that started this stuff between me and Caitlin Clark. Flage was the first person to say it. I did 2 videos about it, but what was the people in the comments saying? Oh, Angel Reese playing victim again. See, they didn't take the context and say when it came from the horse's mouth that me and Caitlin Clark don't have a problem with each other. It's the media spinning this narrative about we hate each other. And that's what Flage said on the podcast she was on. The media know what they was doing. So knowing that these two was coming in at the same time in the rookie class, what's going to sell? You put these two against each other. And the commissioner made, she made light of it, talking about the Magic and The Magic and Bird situation.
I'm gonna be
So
honest with you,
Okay,
KSAP.
so
I
you're
disagree with
not
that
hearing what he's
slightly.
saying, you know.
Hold on,
You're not
bro,
hearing what
guy.
he's saying.
Hold
Yeah.
on, bro, guy, because I remember the beginning of the season and they ain't even want to have Angel games broadcasted. So I don't even think that was it. I think that became their thought over time because they realized who Angel Reese was. But I think in the beginning of the season, they were just trying to promote Caitlin Clark. They ain't care about Angel Reese. But I think Angel Reese was so powerful with what she brung. She got celebrities coming to the game. Her jerseys are selling out. You see even seen that at the All-Star game. Listen, I'm not saying Caitlin Clark ain't have nobody there for her, but I saw Angel in the crowd signing
oh yeah. But
signing stuff.
that but
So my point is they create at once they saw Angel's power, then they created this the
yeah,
magic Larry situation for
yeah.
us. But
I'm glad you said that,
they try to
Brooklyn.
keep it
But that's
straight Caitlin.
Brooklyn, I'm
understandable.
glad you
But
said
what
that.
Bro
Angel has
Gad's
power and
saying,
clout.
but hold up. What Bro Gad was saying is about what Caitlin Clark has said about Angel Reese, giving
No,
her
no,
her
no.
flowers. And
What
what
he
I'm saying is she has never hated on hated on Angel Reese. It's the fan base that we're talking about. We're not
It's the
talking
fan
about,
base of the media.
Yeah.
yeah, we're
But
not
Hold on.
talking
even
about
with even what Brogad is saying, Brogad, because you said it 3 times, I think you think we didn't hear you. We understand what you're saying. What you saying is the players don't have a beef. You saying that it's the schools, it's the fan bases of the schools
Yeah, bro. Like,
that's
nah,
beefing with each
seriously,
other.
like Gamecocks. I'm not saying that Gamecocks fans are as bad as Clark fans. If y'all want to call the Clark fans and the Iowa fans the most toxic fans in the WNBA, I'm not gonna disagree. But I think y'all are naive about the fact that Gamecocks fans and Aces fans are extremely
We
insecure
we
about
know
more
that
than
though, bro. God, that's college basketball.
that's
They
just
all
fact.
every college is like that for their players. We know
And,
that.
they be slay hating on Angel. Don't get it twisted. I've seen it. They do slay hate on
I'm
Angel.
sure. Listen, they was hating. I'm sure it was more prevalent because you got to realize, like I said, Camilla is a Gamecock, so they want to see Camilla succeed. So to see Camilla succeed, you gotta see Angel succeed. So I don't think they really hate that hard. They might still have. It might still be some bitter fans from college that can't let
Bro,
the hate go.
like what had me pissed off was they turned on Aaliyah Boston, bro. Like they literally they like had people who were like boosting Aaliyah Boston, and they were like, man, Aaliyah Boston is, she should never be playing with Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is killing her game and doing this, that, and the next. And then all of a sudden they were like, man, Aaliyah Boston complains to the refs too much. She was never like this in college. Oh, Aaliyah turning into a dirty player. No, she was never like this. So to like, I was watching it in real time.
Let me
They were,
ask you a question though, bro. God, where
right?
these fans? These fans
Huh?
that you talking about? Where do you see them at? Because I don't see them.
Bruh, I'm talking
I'm not
about
saying you
people.
wrong. I'm just
Yeah.
saying like where you seeing them at.
These are people on social media with media links. These are not just like trolls. These are actual people, face and
Gotcha.
profile, and they are connected to actual like media within the WNBA.
Okay, I got what you saying. I haven't seen that personally. What
You know
I've
the
seen, bro,
Dolores guy,
God.
the albino guy, right? That has all those WNBA links with the Gamecocks.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. I only follow Chicago Sky stuff.
Oh,
But I will say this, um, from what I've seen, because like I said, it's a Gamecocks YouTube channel it's a black guy with a cowboy hat. I've seen his channel, and I will say this, I haven't seen what you said about them turning on Aaliyah, but I have seen them upset with Caitlyn and not and feeling like Aaliyah got a bad deal and mad at the Fever and wanting Aaliyah off that team. I've seen that, but I haven't seen them turn on Caitlyn. But I'm not saying you wrong. I'm just saying I haven't seen it. I believe you.
I've seen it for they bro. They're saying that Caitlyn is a dirty player, and they're saying that Aaliyah is becoming a dirty player because of Caitlyn. That's like a narrative out there.
I don't
Gotcha.
know.
That's crazy.
They be doing some borderline stuff that I'd be like, what the heck, man?
Marcus, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Go ahead, get in here.
Oh nah. I think that because I feel like they didn't feel like Boston was playing her game. Her game is not to run up and down the floor. She's a half court player. So when they didn't see her playing that half court kind of style, they felt like Clayton was holding her back. That's how I feel about it.
Okay, that's fair.
I think also, I think they was mad. I think a lot of because Gamecocks go hard for they players. So I think they was upset early in the season when they wasn't figuring it out. Like I don't know, I haven't really looked recently, so I can't say how they feel now. But I know early in the beginning of the season when the Fever was losing, and you already know when the Fever was losing, they blamed everybody but Caitlyn. So it was Aaliyah's fault according to people. So I seen then they was upset. Like the lot of Gamecock fans was upset. Now they win and they going into the playoffs. I don't know how they feel now. I haven't looked, but
Yo, bro, look in the chat. Like, I'm not even
Aaliyah
making this up. HD is saying that Caitlin's rubbing off on Aaliyah.
But she is though.
Let me say this though.
All right. Just see, I'm not making it up. That's all I'm saying.
yeah, listen. I never said you was lying, brother. I just said I ain't see it, but
Hold on,
I never said you was
hold on
lying.
for a second. Hold on for a second. Hold on. Shout out to Claude, my big bro Claude, for the $4 super sticker. And I will
Let me
say
say
this.
this.
Hold on, I'll let you get in here, MJ. I will
All
say
right.
this about Bro Gad. He been saying that for the longest, man. I don't know if y'all been paying attention to him. He been saying he's an advocate for Aaliyah Boston, and he has said this several times about some of the stuff Caitlin Clark does has been rubbing off on Aaliyah Boston. So I got to give him credit for that.
But
Listen,
I will
I
say
give him
this
credit
though.
too. I give him credit too because one thing we know about Brogat is he gonna do his research. So I believe, like I just said, I ain't see
Yeah.
it, but I don't disagree
Well,
with him,
I'm gonna
or
say this
I don't think
also.
he's lying.
What?
I'm gonna say this also. But before we go back, I advise everybody push the like button. Just push that
Exactly.
like button, bro.
Push the like
We
button.
need them likes. We need the likes up. So push
Yeah.
that like button. But I will say this too. Aaliyah Boston, she was getting a little more physical last year because when she came in as a rookie, she saw how them players was getting up on her, and I saw her game develop where she was getting a little physical. But here's what I wanted to say: when the Fever was struggling in the beginning of the season, I put that all on Sides because what Sides did, she started putting the offense around Caitlin, and then that's when they were struggling. Once they start getting it together, was when Aaliyah started touching the ball. Because if you remember the beginning of the season, Aaliyah Boston wasn't really touching that ball that much. She really wasn't.
He wasn't running.
You know, and also they were struggling too. They were struggling. They had to get, and I think Christy Sides finally realized that light came up to her head where she had to realize you got to get Aaliyah Boston in. You got to give her them touches. You got to get her them touches. And once she's got,
We lost you, MJ.
no, you hear me? You hear me? I was
Nah, we
finished.
lost you. Oh, you was
Oh
done?
no,
Okay.
I was done. I was done. Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Mo3.
Yeah, I wanted to touch on something that I think people are. I don't know if they see it the way I see it, but it's just something that kind of turns me off with people that are role models. Like that's kind of like being uh a child to someone. You don't choose to be born. That's chosen for you. So normally you don't choose to be a role model. You know what I'm saying? Somebody else makes you their role model. You
All
don't
right,
make
Charles
yourself
Barkley.
somebody's role model. So if so I feel like you don't be like yo, it's same thing with fans. I don't feel like, oh, you say, yo, you're gonna be my fan, and then now they're your fan.
Yeah.
So I feel like the fan is like an extension of you. You're responsible for them. So if your fans are behaving badly, you're supposed to check them. Just like if your children are behaving badly, you're supposed to check them. And that's
Crazy.
that's one of the problems that I have with Caitlyn. She doesn't check her fans. You know what I'm saying?
I actually got a different take.
And it's not, I don't want to
Bro,
say all
that's
her fans.
crazy.
It's her post it's a well, my bad, Booker. Let me get this out. It's her when I talk about her fans, I'm talking about her post "You Can't See Me" fans. Because for
But
people that's been watching college basketball for a minute, Caitlin Ben had her fans, but she wasn't popular, and they you can people can't say oh because she wasn't that good. She was good. Her best season was her freshman season.
I didn't know it then.
Her freshman season was arguably
Right.
yeah, that's the only season she shot over. That's the only time in her career she shot over 40% from three. Like she was actually playing somewhat like Steph Curry. And her popular and guess who was more popular than her? Paige Beckers. Paige Beckers was so much more popular than her that her numbers weren't as good as hers, and she still landslide all the awards. She won every award that she was eligible for, and Caitlin won none.
Mo three,
So
I want to. Yeah, I
so
if you
her
got more to
Yeah,
say.
popularity
you
didn't
comparing fans
skyrocket
to
until
children, bro.
after the injury sting, her popularity skyrocketed. So I'm talking about those fans.
Yo, but I listen. That's your opinion. I can't. I can't tell you not to have your opinion, but I look at it a little differently. Her fan. Sometimes you can't control what a fan do. Your fans is your fans, but where I hold her accountable at is her brother and her boyfriend done did some shit that I don't condone, and she was quiet about that. Like I think you should speak up about that. Your fan, you can't help it if you got a racist fan. It's like it is what it is. You can say, hey, you don't condone what they say, but they gonna do what they want to do regardless. But when you got a brother that's liking certain things about Angel that's racist, and you got a boyfriend that's doing it, and you don't say nothing about that, that's more
That's
red flag to me.
yeah,
That's
that's
more alarming
sad
because
right
it's
there.
like
Yeah,
these are people that's around you, and your silence, even if you don't say nothing, your silence condones that.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I
I heard
agree with
about
you.
that.
It's
I didn't
wording,
see it, but I heard about
but
that.
it's still similar
Well, Dejan
because
Carrington made it a
she
point
can't
when they
control
interviewed
her.
her. She made it
She
a
can
point to say that.
Yeah, she can't control her their own human beings with their own brain that could do what she could say, oh,
No, no,
don't do
right.
it,
I'm
let
not mad
anyone
at you
stop
for
them
your
from
take.
doing
That's
it.
why, right.
It's
I
the
don't
same thing as the
disagree with
fans.
you.
I don't want her to stop the fans. I just want her to check them,
To
say
stand on
something
something. I
about
feel you.
like hold
Just
up.
make a stand. That's why I said I don't disagree with what you're saying because that's a personal opinion. Whether people feel like she should check her fans or not, that's a personal opinion. Me personally,
Yeah,
you can say something, you can make a statement, but I'm more concerned about the people that's around you in your personal life and what how you react to that. And she ain't say nothing to her boyfriend, or at least not publicly. I can't say what they because I haven't seen them do that recently, so I
yeah.
don't know if they had a private conversation. But she ain't addressed that publicly when her boyfriend and her brother was liking racist tweets.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. That's why it's somewhat different because when people are close to you like that, it's it's kind of a bad look for you to like check them in public. That's something you do behind closed door. You don't go and make a statement about them doing unless it's so egregious that you have to do it. You know what I'm saying? But with your fans, you can't take them behind closed doors and do that shit. You have to do it in public. That's what I'm saying. That's why okay, you don't
All right,
know if she checked them or not. She could have checked them behind closed doors, but we know she ain't checking her fans behind closed doors because she don't know them like that.
all right. Hold on,
Right.
hold on,
I
hold on,
feel you. I feel you.
hold on. So this is where I'm gonna come in, and I'm gonna say this, right? I also felt a way about her not saying anything about the fans. And then I look at the way that the Fever management responds. I look at the way that her teammates respond, and I look all around the league. And like to me, if like the conclusion I've come to is that the people who are around her are telling her not to say anything, and that includes the Fever team, bro. That includes the Fever team. I don't know if you realize, but Cheryl Swoop said something about the locker room being toxic in Indiana, like 2 or 3 days ago on Gil's Arena. And let me tell you what happened in the next 3 days. I don't know if y'all noticed, but Erica Wheeler came out and said, this locker room is tight. We love Caitlin Clark here. Kelsey Mitchell came out and said, this locker room is tight. We're focused on the playoffs and we love Caitlin Clark here. Nalissa Smith, who people been shitting on all season long, came out and said, we love Caitlin Clark here.
And you know she lying. She can't wait to get out of there.
Nah, so bro, y'all think that y'all think that this is coming from the top. This ain't even coming from Caitlin. This is people in the FIBA organization, right? Telling them this is our cash cow. This is our figurehead. This is the person that is bringing in dollars for this team, for this league, and whether you like her or not, whether you like her fan base or not, y'all gonna circle the wagons because everybody gonna eat off of that. That was not a coincidence that all those players came out and said that.
Look at the timing of it, though. Look at the timing of it, bro, Grad. Look at the timing of it.
The goalpost, man.
But look, I agree with. Hold on, I agree with Bro Grad for the simple fact. For the simple fact of this, when what's her name, Kathy, whatever her last name is,
Engelhardt.
The way she handled that racism question is almost the same way Caitlin handled it the first time. Because I don't know if y'all remember, Caitlin answered it twice about her fans. Right, when they had asked her in practice, the first time she answered this, she did like a little Kathy type answer of you. She tried to say, "Oh well, I don't really pay attention to social media and blah blah," whatever she said. Then the second time she answered it is when she addressed it and said it was wrong. But that's what Kathy tried to do on that show, and I think Kathy tried to get like Bro Guy said, it's they cash cow. So I'm sure Kathy and Caitlin will have some private conversations. I'm pretty sure Kathy done told Caitlin, hey, just ignore all the racism, and just, focus on basketball.
All right, this is my take on what Bro Grass said. I'll let you get in there, Mo3. This is my take on what Bro Grass said about all the players came out. I heard the interviews of all three of the Fever players when they said that, the locker room's tight. It's playoff time now. Look at the timing of it. So they came out and did what they were supposed to do. They putting the fire out because they in the playoffs now. They don't need no distractions, right?
Right,
because
I agree with that.
You know how the media is. They're going to twist and turn and try to suck all the juice up out of you. So, and everybody knows, and you come on, the writing's on the wall. I think we all know what Alyssa Smith feels about Caitlin Clark. Right. We know what she feels about her. And for her to come out and say it,
it tells you everything you need to know.
It's the timing of it. You know what I'm saying? I just think it's playoff basketball. They ain't been in the playoffs since 2016, Tamika Catching era. And the thing about it is they said it when they had the opportunity to say it because it's playoff basketball and they're going to open up the media for questioning, right? So they had to address that. That's my opinion on it because if that was the case, why are you waiting till now to address it when that stuff should have been addressed early in the season when things was going on? You saw all the internet. You saw what was going on. You saw the narratives. You should have put out that fire a long time ago. But you wait to the last game of the season, going into the playoffs, now to come to Caitlin Clark's defense and say this locker room is tight. Y'all should have put that fire out a long time ago.
All right, now to help Brogad, I think they did that because of what Cheryl Swoops recently said about the locker room. And I think that's why they didn't before. It was just whatever, but because Cheryl Swoops went viral for saying that, they had to stomp it out because
this ain't the first time Cheryl Swoops said that. She said that earlier.
Yeah, but also Cheryl Swoops said she's not in that locker room.
Exactly.
So,
no, but the problem is that everybody was saying it. Everybody saw the clip with Cheryl Swoops, and before everybody was kind of like, "Oh, Cheryl Swoops just a hater."
All right. Yeah. Stop right there. Stop right there. And I'm gonna let y'all jump in. And how many times have I told you guys that y'all don't think that these players and their handlers watch these YouTube videos and watch what people say, right? If they've been following Cheryl Swoops from the beginning, before Caitlin Clark got drafted, and what she said that she thought Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese was going to be when they came in the WNBA. Y'all remember that. So if you've been following every little thing that Cheryl Swoops has said about the Indiana Fever and Caitlin Clark, I just think them players should have addressed it earlier instead of waiting till we get into the playoffs and, come up. And because, like I said, I'm going to say it again and I'm going to let y'all go. Nalissa Smith, we know how she feels about Caitlin Clark because she's associated with Dejian Carrington, and we know how Dejian Carrington feels about Caitlin Clark. So you don't want no division between two partners to separate each other. So we already know how Nalissa Smith feels about her.
When's
Hey,
the last time
K-Sap, let me
Nick Carrington
piggyback.
said
Hold
something
on. Let me
about
piggyback what K-Sap was saying, because I'm going to say something along the lines of what he was saying. You know, I got to always give y'all context. So a lot of people, well, the Fever fans might notice. A lot of people might not notice. It's the beginning of the season. But I think it was the first game Caitlin played. I think it was her very first game, or it might have been her very first preseason game. One or the other, either regular season or preseason. Caitlin Clark played terrible. And she was in the press conference, and the reporter asked her, you know, he said, I forgot how he worded it, but he said something about the magic you had out there, or how, like, something positive. And she was like, well, I don't think I did that well, or something like that. And Nalissa Smith was the one who came to her defense and said how important she was and how much they needed her. And I could tell, like, that meant a lot to her, because she smiled. You don't never see Caitlin Clark have a reaction. She always have a straight face. She smiled and looked at Nalissa, and that was like their very first game. So Nalissa's the first vet that held her down for real. Like, that was really like had her back when she was, you know, we already know how she was playing in the beginning of the season. And now for Nalissa to have her back when, you know, from the beginning of the season to now to be treated like this, I could tell Nalissa can't, not only with her, just with Chrissy Sides. Like, Nalissa can't wait to get out of there. Because if you look at Nalissa numbers from last year and you look at them this year, she took a step back this year.
All right, hold on for 1 second. Hey, shout out to Brian Allen Hines for the $5 super chat. Salute to the panel for a great conversation, man. I appreciate that comment. Yeah, so I mean that makes sense, Brooklyn. But I will say this. I mean, because you probably touched on it when you said about Nalissa Smith, what she said, right? Now, I have no problem with that, right? Coming to your player's defense. Now, I'm gonna put this in context for everybody. Knowing that we all probably play some form of sports, right? And if you knew that you wasn't the go-to person, or you wasn't that guy, you was the role player, and you had a position on that team, and you have somebody like a Caitlin Clark or an Angel Reese or LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, and Shaq and them coming in, right? And now you got to take a step back. You got to be, you're not that person no more, because somebody else is coming in that's that person, right? For one thing, I'm not going to ostracize myself and say anything wrong to get people to turn against me, to get me booted out of there. Because in the WNBA, y'all, we always talk about it. Once these people get released, it's hard for them to latch on to another team. So I'm not going to do nothing out of character to the cash cow to get me ran up out of town. So
That's
I just
fact.
think,
So you want to play the game? I'm gonna
play the game. You know what I'm saying? Because if I play the game and play my part, then you shouldn't have a problem with me. So if I speak up in the media and say, "Hey, the locker room's tight. We love Caitlin," I'm just playing my part. I'm playing what people want me to play, right? So when you
already got one foot out the door.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So now you look at it, it's playoff basketball. Playoff starts Sunday, right? So when is a better time to let the media know we don't have no problem with Caitlin Clark? Our locker room is tight. We a close-knit group. So that's trying to, get the attention off of all the narratives that are out there of what Cheryl Swoops is saying, what these internet content creators are saying, and we're focused, right? Because this is a lifetime opportunity. You ain't been in the playoffs since 2016, and you got to go in there and set your claim.
But KSAP, that's called the unity. That's the same thing y'all criticizing the vets at Chicago for not doing, right? So you can't spin it and make it seem like if it's a bad thing, right?
I didn't say it was a bad thing. I said that was the right thing to do.
You would want that's what you want Chicago. You would want Chicago Sky to be doing that the last 10 games, and they weren't doing that.
Because what happened is that some people couldn't set their pride aside with the Chicago Skies, such as Dana Evans and Isabel Harrison. They come out the last game of the season, they lose, they don't make the playoffs. Now they speaking with emotions. So now they they putting all this
But they
stuff
never
out there.
came out
That
during the
shit,
season and say they love playing with Angel. They
that's
never
what
came
I'm
I
out
will
during the
say
season
this.
and say they love playing with
Hold on,
Camilla. They
hold on.
never said that.
Hold on.
That's
I
what
want
we're
to
trying to say.
separate.
It was the jealousy.
Yeah, I want to hold on. I want to separate Dana from Izzy because I do believe that to be the case with Dana. I think Izzy got misquoted, and that's what people think it was jealousy with her. I think Dana was arguing with fans, and then like I said, she was Dana was better because she lost her starting position.
Exactly.
Izzy got misquoted. I don't want to compare them two. I
I
don't
didn't
think
say
Izzy was
about
better.
Izzy. If you go back, I know you jumped in here late, but I said I
No, I'm
felt
saying just
sorry.
now. You just said just now, but I
Yeah,
don't know.
but
I don't know if you
felt
said earlier.
I felt sorry for Isabel Harrison, the way
Yeah.
she had to address it and the way she was emotional about it. And that's when I said, these people pay attention to these videos that are out there that get their name attached to stuff. But back to what Bro Gad said about people saying that, you know, they like playing with Angel Reese, because certain things, what's understood don't have to be explained, right? So why I'm saying this is because I just don't like the fact that Dana Evans, the way she came out and said what she said at the post-game press conference, it don't sit well with me. If you listen to the way she addressed it and the things she said, that comes off as some jealousy type stuff, because it's well documented that her and her agent go on a Twitter rant, and then that next game, Weatherspoon puts her in the game off the bench for 24 minutes, and she gave us 2 points. 2 points.
She did nothing. Like, she did nothing for all season. Yeah, I agree. That's why I said I believe with Dana is jealousy. And maybe even some other vets in there we don't know about, but I think Izzy, it wasn't.
Dana is devious. You watch the interview. No, she is. If you watch the interview again,
right?
They asked her a question. That was her question.
Yeah,
and she dragged Izzy in it.
Dragged her into it. She said, "Izzy can attest to this."
And then Izzy tried to go away from it and started talking about some racism stuff to let people know, no, it can't be Angel Reese fans or Sky fans because they talking racist to me. So it got to be outside
Exactly.
fans. And then,
good point,
and then Dana said, "Let me piggyback off that."
Dragged her back into it again.
Yeah.
Said some other stuff and then dragged Izzy back into it again. So
Good point.
I think Brooklyn is right.
That's why I said I want to separate Izzy from that, because Izzy got dragged into that.
I don't think Izzy was talking about that, but I do know that Izzy had something against Angel, because I watched games, man, and Izzy was refusing to pass the ball to Angel a whole lot, even if she's wide open.
I didn't see that. I can't attest to that. I thought she was one of the vets supporting Angel.
The second time we did another panel, when I came up here, was complaining like crazy about it.
No, I'm not saying you wrong. I'm not saying you wrong, bro. I ain't see it.
I'm not gonna talk about racism, but y'all gotta be capping if y'all don't think that people call Dana Evans out her name. There've been people calling Dana Evans out her name all season long, and I'm not saying that it's not related to her play. I
haven't seen it, bro.
You haven't seen it?
I ain't saying you wrong, because I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm one of the people that have been criticizing Dana all season, and
I think we all have.
Yeah, I've been and I've seen that. I haven't seen no, and I'm not saying it's not happening. If it's happening to the people that's doing that, they wrong, and they shouldn't be doing that. I don't stand for that. I don't stand for no racism, no bigotry. I don't stand for no disrespect.
I'm not saying it's racism, but like people have been saying some really wild stuff about Dana. Like,
I've been saying she trash. To me, she trash. I've been saying that all year.
Yeah.
But even that, I'm gonna be honest, she not trash. I say that out of anger, but she's just not that good for real.
You say it out of anger?
Yeah, I say it out of anger. She make me mad, bro. When I watch her play, she just turn the ball over.
We talk about it all the time, man.
She turn the ball over too much.
Yeah.
She don't know how to pass, but she can shoot.
She can shoot.
But she's not consistent though. So it's like I don't want to hear she can shoot when she don't shoot consistent.
But the problem with Dana, you give Dana the ball, you're not getting it back. You're not getting it back, man. She don't take the time to let the post go in there and post up to get them a good entry pass, man. She gonna fire that bitch up.
And then when she do pass, she turn it over. Like,
yep.
So I feel like, listen, if y'all tell us we can't do that, I'm critiquing you. But any disrespect, like, outside of lines, I understand that. But Dana been playing trash all year.
Are you looking at the chat room? Somebody's in the chat room talking about we want Alyssa Smith to leave or gone, or because she's sleeping with the enemy. You see that in the chat room? No,
You
for
know,
real.
hey, they gonna say anything, Sister
They've been
Noble.
saying that all season
They've
long.
been saying,
They've been saying that all season long.
and that's when I said I think we did a show probably about 4 or 5 days ago when we talking about the playoffs about to start in the matchups, and I said, man, y'all got to keep an eye on that Connecticut and Fever matchup because you got Dejion Carrington and you got Alyssa Smith.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
It's something I don't know, man.
That's gonna be
That
interesting.
I don't
I
know.
always seem that saw that to be problematic because if it comes down to like one single play and then the person does, they could always say, "Oh, they threw the game." Like I always saw that to be problematic. Like
Yeah.
having spouses and people in relationships on opposite teams that's playing each other.
So I'm gonna ask y'all a question on the panel. Does Alyssa Smith take a hard foul on Dejion Carrington?
No.
Hell no.
I don't see that
You know
happening.
that. Hell no.
Bruh, Erica
She
Wheeler was
broke
gonna
up.
start. Erica Wheeler was going to start
Exactly.
on Dejanay Carrington in the game, and Alyssa Smith pushed her back, bro.
Exactly. That's what I was just about to say.
Crazy.
You see, that's why I see that.
So let me ask you. So what happens? What happens when Dejion Carrington takes a hard foul on Caitlin Clark? What happens?
Alyssa Smith looked the other way.
Nothing.
She don't even get
Yeah,
involved.
nothing's gonna
She
happen.
gonna turn it. She gonna turn the other cheek.
She don't even look that direction.
See, that's the problem. That's the problem I have with these WNBA girls, man. They dating girls that they play against, man.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
problematic.
That's the problem I have.
That's
I don't care
crazy.
what you do in your personal life, but right there, when you have a partner that's playing on a team that you got to go against, I look at them games like, man, what the hell going on? Because I saw the live that Alyssa Smith and Dejion Carrington was on, and it seems like everybody that was coming in saying anything, positive about Dejion Carrington, hey, you're cute and all this stuff. Hey, Alyssa Smith ain't like none of that stuff, man. So why
But
you on live
they
with her?
all like that. I've seen a video of Natasha Cloud, because Natasha Cloud date Izzy, right? Yeah. So I saw a video of Natasha Cloud talking shit to people, talking about, oh, I see y'all messaging her, but she go to bed with me.
See, that's that stuff right there. They gotta stop with that, man. They gotta stop with that, man.
But real quick, get back to basketball. I thought about this the other day. Y'all just reminded me bringing up Alyssa Smith. I think the best team for Alyssa Smith to go to is the Phoenix Mercury. I think that team could that she could really go come into her own on the Phoenix Mercury.
Yeah, they need a powerful.
Yeah, I mean this
with her play style. I think the Phoenix Mercury would be a perfect team for her.
Half court, yeah.
Appreciate you, Anthony. Appreciate you. Yeah, man. I mean, it's crazy, man. Well, the playoffs start Sunday, man. So we gonna be back to talk about
playoff
it, man.
predictions.
Hey. Yeah, that's good. That's gonna be our final thoughts, man. On our final thoughts, we're gonna get everybody's playoff. Oh, you want to go first this time, huh, Brooklyn? You can't wait you can't be last, man. You don't want to close us out.
Well, I don't think I got nothing good for last. So I'm gonna tell you this.
All right.
I'm gonna tell you the same thing I said on Twitter when somebody asked that question. Hey, my player prediction is Asia Wilson.
Hold on. Slow down. That's the only thing you got to say?
That's it. It's just Asia Wilson. That's
Nah, we not just talk. We got to talk about all of them, man. Come on,
okay.
man.
I'm just saying.
I'm gonna just tell you who's gonna
I trust
win it.
her.
Hold on. I'm gonna get to everybody. I'm gonna see y'all jumping the gun now. Y'all jumping the gun. So who want to go first? You want to go first, Brooklyn?
I'll go first.
Let Marcus go first.
Okay, go ahead, Marcus. What's your playoff prediction, man?
Okay. A Fever, they'll get one game.
You being generous, huh?
Yeah, they'll get one game. Who the Aces playing again? Seattle. I mean, the Aces playing Seattle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I give Seattle 2 games. I
That's
give
a
the
serious.
Dream. I give
Hold on. I don't mean to cut you off, but you do know
the
the first round is first to three, right? I
Yeah,
mean, first to two.
yeah.
It's
It's
best
two
out of
out of
three.
two out of
oh first
three.
and two.
Yeah, it's two out
Yeah.
of three.
Oh,
Now
I
this.
thought
All right, this is what we got, Marcus. We got the Dream versus the Liberty. Okay, we got the 1 seed and we got the Dream. Right.
okay. The Dream
Then you
get no
got.
games.
We're gonna talk about the Dream first. We're gonna give you a chance. Who you got out of
Okay,
Liberty and the Dream?
the Dream get no games.
Okay, so that your
She said
prediction
good
is
trade, getting
yeah.
no.
So you saying Liberty sweeping, right?
Yes, sweet.
All right, now we go to the Sun and the Fever. Who you got in that?
Sun and Fever. I thought he played.
Nah, Connecticut and the Fever.
I'm gonna give him no games there.
Okay. Now who you got out of the Mercury, the Phoenix Mercury, and the Minnesota Lynx?
Link, sweet.
All right. Now who you got out of the Storm and the Aces?
Damn. I got the
That's gonna be a good series.
I got the Aces.
You got the Aces. All right. Go ahead, Brooklyn. Who you got?
But I got Minnesota
Okay.
to win all.
Okay. You got Minnesota winning it all? That's your projection. That's your final thought?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead, Brooklyn.
So obviously,
Go last.
Nah, you going last, bro, Gad.
yeah, that bro guy closed it out tonight. Obviously the Liberty gonna sweep the ATL. We know that. Um, the Aces, I think the best series in the first round might be Aces Seattle. That one might. So you said that the way the WNBA work is best of three.
Yeah, the first series.
Yeah,
Best
the
two
first.
out of three. Yeah.
All right, so that one gonna be 1-1. Aces gonna make it to the next round,
Okay.
and then Phoenix versus who?
Phoenix got the Link.
The Lynx. Yeah, that's gonna be a good one too. But I think the Lynx gonna sweep that. Lynx might sweep, but then again, the Lynx be getting in their own way sometimes.
Yeah.
They should sweep that. I ain't gonna say they gonna definitely sweep that. They should sweep that series. And then you got
Fever and the Sun.
Fever and the Sun. I don't really see the Sun taking their eye off the ball. I think that's gonna be a sweep. I think that's gonna be a nice little sweep. And then who plays each other? Like how's it work out? Like in the next rounds after that, like if those teams
the
win.
winner out of we'll get to that next, but the winner out of the Mercury and the Link face the Storm or the Aces, and then the
Okay.
Fever and Sun they face the winner
So
out
it'll
of
be
Liberty and the
Link.
Dream.
So the way I said it, it'll be Lynx Aces, and
Okay.
it'll be
No, it's gonna be New York Aces.
Yeah, you're
Aces.
right. Because I've seen it earlier. It's gonna be New York Aces. That's gonna be the
Yeah.
thing, and it's gonna be Lynx Connecticut. That's gonna be two good series right there. That's
Mo,
probably gonna.
who you got, Mo 3? First
Oh, I
round.
thought.
All right.
Oh,
First
you just
round.
doing first round? I thought we was
Yeah,
doing the
just
whole
first
thing.
round. Nah, we'll touch on that Sunday. We're coming back Sunday.
All right. First
Oh, okay.
round. First round. I see New York probably sweeping Atlanta. Atlanta might win a game. They're good enough to win a game, but I don't know. New York just that good. They might just sweep it. But I wouldn't be surprised if Atlanta win a game. The Lynx and Mercury getting swept. I don't know what y'all talking about. Good series. They gonna get run out the stadium by the Lynx. The Fever and the Sun. This might be a unpopular take, but I think the Fever can beat the Sun. I think the Fever could beat the Sun, but it could go either way. The Sun could also beat you know what I'm saying? The Fever could have some bad games, but you know what? I'm gonna still take the Sun, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Fever win.
How many games?
2-1. I think Connecticut wins, but I wouldn't be because it's best of three. I think the
Make a
Fever.
decision, Mo 3.
Huh? If it was like if it was more games, I feel like they wouldn't have they wouldn't have a chance. But because it's just like the Fever could beat any team in the league in a one-off. So when you only have to win 2 games, it's it's not what I'm saying, it's not far-fetched. The Fever is not a bad team. But okay, so now against the Storm and the Aces, and Brooklyn is right on this. It will be the best series first round by far because those teams are so closely matched, and they have a lot of star power and firepower to match each other. With NECA versus Wilson, and Lloyd versus Plum, and Jackie Young, and versus um Skylar Diggins. So they have good. They match up pretty good. So it'll be, but I still think the Aces win just because of Aja Wilson, 2-1, and that's how I see that's playing out.
All right. Well,
I got a question.
okay.
Do y'all think Mitchell is okay?
That's a storyline right now. Everybody said that the ankle's all right. So we'll see.
Okay.
So it's no excuse.
Okay.
But even I think even without Mitchell, they could still beat the Sun because the Suns offense,
Nah. Come on, Mo.
the Suns offense is not that good.
Come
They
on,
have
Mo. This
problems.
playoff basketball, man. That half court set.
Defense and rebounds win
Yeah.
championships.
That's what I'm saying. You can't in the playoff, man. A lot of things are going to get exposed, man. A lot of things are going to get exposed, man.
Yeah, I know, but this the first round. If it was
I know you ain't got time, man. You ain't got time.
And then you also got to keep in mind that the officials officiate differently in the playoffs too.
All right, MJ, what you got, man? What's your predictions? Hold on for just 1 second, man. Shout out to Thomas Anderson for the $2 super chat. He said first round winners New York, Aces, Lynx, and the Suns. All right. Now go ahead, MJ. What you got?
Hold on, really quick before MJ go to Mo 3-point. I could see the Fever winning only because of how they treat Caitlin Clark now with the whistle. So if they do win, it'll be based off of that. I don't see them winning, but it'll be based off like Caitlin Clark treatment. Like, MJ.
MJ, you there? MJ
done fell asleep.
Yeah. All right. Well, go ahead, Sister Noble. What you got?
Okay, this might be an unpopular opinion.
I know how you feel. You already said that the Fever gonna beat the Suns. Go ahead, finish.
Yeah,
I got support.
I think the Fever can beat the Sun and move to the semifinals. Yes.
Okay.
But
respect that.
I have the Aces win it again. I have them winning it all.
Okay. Well, you ain't even got to go no further. Just 1 second. Hey, shout out to Andre Cabin for the $2 super chat. He said Liberty, Aces, Lynx, Suns, first round piece. He dropped the mic on us, huh? Okay. We got you. Oh, all right, bro, Gad. Go ahead and finish it out, man.
Yeah, all right. So I'm gonna start with the easy ones. Liberty gonna sweep. Lynx are gonna sweep, and I'll give reasons for it. The Lynx are the best team when it comes to shooting the 3-ball.
Yeah.
And the Phoenix are the worst team when it comes to defending the 3-point line, right? True. So that's like one of the worst matchups you can have.
Mm-hmm.
The Liberty got too many playmakers for the Dream, really and truly. Like Atlanta has a lot of talent, but they're not very well coached, and that's where you give the Liberty like the big edge because they just got better coaching and they got a deep bench. Like past Atlanta starting 5, they don't got anybody. They have no one. The Liberty got like 3-4 players that could probably start on other teams, right, on their bench. So no, I'm gonna say something I'm gonna regret because I actually had the Sun beating the Fever in 3, but then I remember that the last game is if the Fever win 1 game in Connecticut, then they play the last game at home, right? And yeah, the Sun do have they won the regular season 3-1 against the Fever, But when you look at the 2 games that they played at the Fever game, remember the Fever were trash at the beginning of the season, right? When the Fever were trash, Connecticut came to Indiana and they won by 4 points. Fever were actually leading with under a minute to go, right? But Connecticut ended up winning by 4 points in the end, and it was because I remember this because it was because of a Clark turnover. She turned over the ball in the last minute of the game, right?
Yeah.
So what I realized is that the Fever actually played the Sun like really hard, really close, when they're at home. So if they can sneak one game on the road and they play the third game at home, I actually think they can win the series. I think they can win the series for real. But I might end up regretting that, and they might just end up getting swept. So we'll see. Storm Ace is going to be close, but I say Ace is in 3.
In 3?
Ace is in 3.
So you got the Storm getting one?
Yeah, Storm's going to get one. Storm is too good not to get one. Aces aren't. I don't think that's like the Storm is built for playoff basketball. You look at their entire roster. They're a physical team. They defend very well. Like the guards for the Aces are going to be in hell, bro. You got Jordan Horston out there. You got Gabby Williams. You got Skylar Diggins. Skylar Diggins is an underrated defender. You got Ezzy Magbagor, Nick Ogumake. Like their problem is they don't shoot the 3 ball well, and that's where like Jewel Lloyd is supposed to bail them out, and she's not been shooting that well. But like. But their defense makes them really, really tough to beat. I got them winning at least one game. At least one game.
Man, that's tough, man. So let me go ahead and let me give y'all my predictions, man. Y'all might get mad at me, but I'm just gonna keep it a buck. I got the Liberty sweeping the Dream because y'all already know I came out on record a long time ago and I said New York's winning the championship. So I got them sweeping the Dream. The Mercury and Link, I got the Mercury getting one game just off of playoff experience. I got them winning one game, right? Got the Lynx taking it. The Aces and Storm, it's tough, man. I mean, because the Aces, we've seen the ups and downs of the Las Vegas Aces, right? They win a big game, then they lose to somebody they ain't supposed to lose to, right? Just like when they lost to the Dallas Wings probably about a month back. So I see the Storm getting one. Now, this Fever Sun game, this is going to be very interesting. Like I'm telling y'all guys, man, I might sound crazy, but I think the Fever might beat the Suns in round 1, man. I think they can beat the Suns in round 1. And
they gotta get the first game though.
I was just getting to that, Marcus. If they get the first game, they gon' beat the Sun, man. If they get the first game, they gonna beat the Sun. Just 1 second. Let me shout out to Brian Allen Hines for the $5 super chat. That's what I said. Don't be surprised if the Fever beat the Sun. That's what the NBA want. You're probably right. Shout out to Andre Calvin for the $5 super chat. Andre Calvin said the Fever will lose because Melissa Smith was gonna throw the game for her boo. Hey, that's what I said. We gotta watch that storyline. It's gonna be interesting. But back to what I said. I think, man, out of all 4 of these matchups, the scariest matchup is the Fever and the Sun. If the Fever get game 1, watch out, man, because you know sometimes, man, when you got that money and they want the like bro Claude said, the fix is in. You just keep an eye on this Fever and Sun game, but it's gonna be interesting. That's the only one I feel that's gonna have people like, damn, that shit really happened. So that's my takes on that. We're going to come back Sunday. We're going to talk about it, and then we're going to get our whole prediction on who's going to win the whole thing. I know some of y'all probably already tipped y'all's caps on saying who's going to win it, but I've been saying this, and I'm going to stand on business. I got the New York Liberty winning it. I don't know where Wody Mack is at. Somebody done ran him off. Y'all go find him. He got an APB out on him. He ain't been back. So that's my take, man. But I do want to thank everybody that tuned in tonight. It's late. Y'all could have been somewhere else, but y'all hanging out with your boy. Appreciate everybody on the panel. Sister Noble, always gracing the presence and keeping it 100. MJ, appreciate you coming back. Appreciate all your knowledge. Mo3, the sniper, as usual, always coming in, when nobody sees him, but he's in here. Marcus, man, appreciate you. You told me that you was going to jump on the live when you hit me with the email. So I appreciate that, man. Anytime that we go live, man, that link's in the chat, hit the link. And always, we got to give it up to Bro Gad, man. Bro Gad, he comes up here and stands on business, right? And one thing about Bro Gad, everything I always say, some of this stuff comes to fruition. Bro Gad been saying it about, Aaliyah Boston. Nobody wanted to hear it. Early stages of these lives, it was a lot of Caitlin Clark fans, thinking that Bro Gad was crazy. And he's a Fever and Caitlin Clark fan. But he was just keeping it real from a standpoint about Kelsey Mitchell and Aaliyah Boston. They didn't agree with him, but he's standing on business, and things are starting to come to light. And, I got to give credit to Bro Gad for standing on business, man. So salute, my brother. Yeah, so I appreciate everybody that tuned in, all the members in the building. We added a new member tonight, Tony Benzino. Appreciate the support, my love. You get the special perks. So anybody that wants to be a member, go on the page. You get special perks. You get free merchandise. We got 2 members that just joined the channel. I just activated the members and stuff. So we doing something special. Me and my wife, putting things together for the members, get the free merchandise, the free stuff. And Sunday, we're gonna do the live drawing for that free hoodie for the people that emailed me. I actually extended that because I got more emails that came in. So we're gonna do it live. So I hope y'all all show back up on Sunday after these playoff games conclude, and we're gonna do that live giveaway, man. And it's gonna be special, man. So I appreciate everybody that rocks with my channel, man, supports it. Y'all tell a friend to tell a friend, and that's gonna wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. We're going to catch you on the next one. And remember,
they only here to cause confusion.
And we out of here.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.
That's all, folks.